This young man was just one step away from ascending to immortality in what felt like a classic cultivation system webtoon, and yet for some god-forsaken reason, his own disciples took this chance to Luckily, Tobak didn't die but was reincarnated in another world, kicking off a classic reincarnation survival manhwa plot. Where is this? A bewildered Tobak walked to the window and discovered a chaotic scene outside. Piercing screams echoed through the streets. "Help me. Help zombies." There are zombies. The apocalypse has broken out in this Isekai zombie manhwa. The undead are running rampant, so I've been reincarnated. But why would they do that to destroy me? What did they stand to gain? The more he thought about it, the more confused he became. Tobak decided to put those thoughts aside and focus on cultivating this new body back to its peak realm. That way, when he eventually returned to the cultivation world, he could finally get revenge on his so-called beloved female disciples. Tobak sat cross-legged and began to cultivate. With my divine soul's power, even if I have to start over, my progress will be 1,000 miles a day. Returning to the peak was just a matter of time, Tobak thought confidently, until he made a shocking discovery. Where's the spiritual energy? Why can't I sense the presence of any spiritual energy? Could this body's aptitude be so poor that it can't even perceive it? Tobak reached his hand out the window, trying to gather the essence of heaven and earth. Only then did he realize it wasn't that he couldn't sense it, but that this world completely lacked spiritual energy. Without spiritual energy, doesn't that mean cultivation is impossible? Forget cultivation. Just surviving in this light TRPG apocalypse manga world seems like it will be incredibly difficult. While Tobak was lost in thought in a nearby room, the original owner's girlfriend and her side piece had just escaped a horde of zombies and decided to get cozy to celebrate. Who would have thought that, right in the heat of the moment, the side piece would turn into a zombie and mercilessly bite her? It turns out that while they were escaping earlier, the guy had been bitten on the arm. The infection was only now taking hold. "Monsters, stay away!" Tobak heard the scream from the next room. Drawing on the body's memories, he knew it was the girlfriend and her secret lover, so he decided to let her fend for herself. "I have to figure something out. If things continue like this, forget returning to the cultivation world. I'm afraid I'll die here today. My only choice is to take a gamble. Let's see if I can get lucky and pull a life-saving item out of my sea of consciousness." But with this body's current cultivation level, a high-grade treasure like the 9 revolutions, 10,000 soul pill is probably out of the question. Well, it's worth a shot. I'll bet it all on this one try. As a result, instead of a high-grade treasure, Tobak received a low-grade one, the 10,000 soul banner. What's the big idea, giving me this low-level demonic item? No 9 revolutions, 10,000 soul pill. At least you could have given me the life-saving divine movement armor. As Tobak was fuming, a system panel suddenly appeared just like in a game system zombie story. Detecting that the host has obtained the artifact the 10,000 soul banner, the 10,000 soul banner system is now unlocked. Current system level 1 can accommodate 10 wandering souls. To upgrade to level 2, 1 primary stage mutant must be eliminated. This low-level treasure has an artifact spirit, but as I recall, this thing's only function is to collect souls. What else can it possibly do? Before Tobak could wonder any longer, the system explained the 10,000 soul banner can collect wandering souls and convert their soul power into spiritual energy to nourish the host. The higher the grade of the 10,000 soul banner, the more powerful the souls it can absorb, and the more spiritual energy will be fed back to you. Host tip: the souls of creatures dead for more than 5 minutes will leave their bodies and dissipate. At that point, it couldn't be collected, but it could convert soul power into the spiritual energy used in a cultivation system webtoon. This meant that even if this world lacked natural spiritual energy, the zombies swarming the streets in this LTRPG apocalypse manga were an endless. Just then, the couple from the next room, now turned into zombies, began banging relentlessly on his door. Subai didn't hesitate opening the door and immediately using the 10,000 souls banner to pierce through them and collect their souls. The result: he not only collected their souls but also had a breakthrough. Current realm Chi. Sea realm. 10,000 souls banner, level 1 souls currently under his control. 2. After dealing with the 2 zombies, Subai stepped outside into a scene straight out of a game system zombie manhwa. Zombies. The zombies are coming. Move. Don't block my way. Run. We just need to reach the government's safe zone and we'll be safe. While the crowd fled in a panic, Subai casually strolled along, rubbing his protesting stomach and thinking to himself, this body is still too weak. With my current cultivation level, I can't even suppress hunger. I'll have to find some supplies before I can think about leveling up the 10,000 souls banner. Not far away, a heavy-set woman saw two zombies charging at her and immediately shoved the girl running beside her, causing her to fall and turning her into a sacrifice. Subai. He was then shocked to discover that the girl who had just been pushed down had a face identical to Lin Wangqiu's, one of the disciples who had betrayed him. Lin Wangqiu. Why is she here? He thought. Subai immediately took out his 10,000 souls banner and hurled it towards Lin Wangqiu. Treacherous disciple, you can only die by this master's hand. The banner's spear pierced through the zombie, saving Lin Wangqiu's life. I'm not dead. Did that gentleman just save me? Lin Wangqiu looked at Subai in astonishment as he recalled the 10,000 souls banner. He let out a cold snort. Not long ago, you used the heavenly thunder slash to push this master to the brink of death. And now you're acting this weak in front of a mere monster. Lin Wangqiu, you have truly disappointed your master. What's going on? What is this gentleman talking about, but how does he know my name? Lin Wangqiu asked tentatively. Sir, thank you so much for saving me. But have we met before? Subai pointed the tip of his spear at her neck, his eyes ice cold as he replied. Lin Wangqiu, don't think you can escape your fate just by playing dumb. Lin Wangqiu said fearfully, Sir. This isn't the time to be acting crazy. We don't know if more of those monsters are nearby. We should get out of here quickly. Seeing her reaction, Subai grew suspicious. What's going on? Could this master have mistaken her for someone else? Is she not the Lin Wangqiu I know? No, that can't be right. Her appearance is identical to that of my treacherous disciple. This master is absolutely certain. Unless, could it be that after this treacherous disciple arrived in this reincarnation, survival Manhwa, she lost her memories? Let this master test her. Just then, Subai's stomach rumbled loudly. Hearing it, Lin Wangqiu giggled and said, Sir, if you don't mind, I know there's a big supermarket not far from here. We can probably find some supplies there. I was planning on heading there for shelter anyway. Want to go together? Subai, secretly pleased but pretending otherwise, gave a dry cough. He replied with a look of reluctance. Very well, this master will accompany you to check it out. Let's hurry. If we go now, we might be able to grab extra supplies while waiting for rescue. Lin Wangqiu happily grabbed Subai's hand and started running, pulling him along. Subai remained silent, observing her with a scrutinizing gaze. Fine, this master will see for himself whether you've truly lost your memory or are just putting on an act. But regardless of the reason, your betrayal of this master is an undeniable fact. I will absolutely make you pay. A moment later, they finally arrived at the supermarket. Just as they were about to head inside, Lin Wangqiu suddenly stopped in her tracks and turned to ask Subi. Things were so hectic earlier, I forgot to ask, sir, what is your name? She was clearly putting on an act. Has she truly lost her memory to the point of forgetting this master's name? Humph, even with amnesia, don't think I'll let you off the hook, Subai thought to himself before replying Subai. All right then, Mr. Subai, follow me. We can take shelter here and wait for rescue. As Lin Wangqiu spoke, she pushed open the supermarket doors, revealing a massive horde of zombies inside. What is going on? Why are there so many of these monsters here? Lin Wangqiu shrieked in fear. In stark contrast to Lin Wangqiu's terror, Subai felt a thrill of excitement seeing a monster that was completely different from the other zombies. This aura. This must be a low-level mutated type, a common sight in any light RPG apocalypse manga. Mr. Subai. This place has been completely overrun by these creatures. We have to leave now, Lin Wangqiu said, reaching to pull Subai away, but he shrugged her off. Just in time. My 10,000 souls banner needs a sacrifice to reach level 2 and you'll do nicely. This is a perfect opportunity to test its new power, just like in a cultivation. Subai tossed the 10,000 souls banner into the air, instantly summoning the two spirits he had recently subdued and giving them a command. Go and clear out the enemies in front of me. The two spirits acknowledged the command, and with just a few basic attacks, they easily wiped out several of the weaker zombies. Suddenly, The low-level mutated monster leaped forward, aiming to strike the two spirits. Luckily, Subai recalled them just before the monster could destroy them. This thing is undead. It has no fear of life or death. But my own spiritual energy is limited. A drawn-out battle is not to my advantage, so I must finish this quickly. With that thought, Subai summoned the two spirits again. While the male spirit distracted the low-level mutated monster, the female spirit seized the opening, lunging forward and leaping onto the monster's head to deliver a fatal bite to its neck, officially taking it out. With the fight over, Subai used the 10,000 Souls banner to absorb the monster. And just like in a game system, Zombie World, a system window popped up. Congratulations to the host for eliminating a low-level zombie. The 10,000 Souls banner has reached level 2 and can now hold 5 souls. To reach level 3, you must hunt one evolved grade zombie. Please continue to strive, host. An evolved grade. Doesn't that mean I have to defeat a demonic beast at the foundation? And my current cultivation is only at the mid-stage of the Qi realm. While Subai was deep in thought, Lin Wangqiu ran up to him. Subai, I thought you were just some idiot, but I never imagined you were this strong. Subai gave Lin Wangqiu a once-over. Is this really my brilliant second disciple? In this reincarnation survival manhwa life, she seems a little dim-witted. Just then a voice rang out. You can come out now. A group of people who had been hiding behind the large pillars peeked their heads out before walking towards the supplies right in front of Subai and Lin Wangqiu. The monster's dead, we can finally split the supplies. Yeah, with all the supplies here, we should be able to survive for a good while. Subai, we're saved. With all these supplies, holding out until rescue arrives should be no problem at all in this crazy Isekai zombie manhwa world, Lin Wangqiu said happily. Hearing this, a man from the other group spoke up with an annoyed expression. And just who are you people? Don't you know the rule of first come, first served? This is our territory. What makes you think it's your turn to divide the supplies? Another one of them added. Yeah, right. Who do you think you are? You say share supplies and we're just supposed to do it. Are you still dreaming or something? These are the supplies we barely managed to secure from the monsters. Don't even think about looting us, Lin Wangqiu angrily retorted. Hey, it was obviously Subai who took down those monsters. You're the ones who are just picking up the leftovers. Besides, that guy's as skinny as a twig. How could he possibly defeat those monsters? If you're going to lie, at least make it a good one. The way I see it, those monsters probably just killed each other. Trying to save some face, you'll really try to take credit for anything, won't you? Have you no shame? You people... Lin Wangqiu tried to argue more, but Subai stopped her. It's fine. Wealth has always been a powerful motivator. You can't win benefits with words alone. But you're the one who defeated these monsters. They're just scavenging, and now they're even bad-mouthing you. The weak talk about principles, but the strong are the principle. Subai smirked and slowly approached the group, asking, I want the supplies now. Who's for it? Who's against it? I'm against it. Who do you think you are? You really think you can take on all of us by yourself? Yeah, you better scram if you know what's good for you, kid. If I get pissed off, I'll cripple you, believe it. Faced with their threats, Subai just smiled and said, Then you all should just disappear. Once you're gone, all these supplies will be mine. Simultaneously, Subai summoned the undead he had just tamed to eliminate the two who ran their mouths the most. Does anyone else want to stop me? The rest of them immediately shut up. See, this way no one will argue with you. Go ahead and take what you want. Lin Wangqiu nodded and began to gather the supplies. After a moment, she turned to ask Subai, Aren't you going to take any supplies for yourself? Isn't that what I have you for? Consider it payment for saving your life. I'm just asking you to carry some supplies for me. You're not willing, Subai replied, thinking to himself. Let's see if you really have amnesia or if you're just acting. Lin Wangqiu cheerfully agreed. Watching her happily gather supplies for him, Subai felt a bit disappointed. Maybe she really is just a coincidental look-alike. I'm done, Subai. What's next? Do we wait here for rescue? I need to find a more powerful zombie. You carry the supplies and follow me. And with that, the two of them left the supermarket. Only then did the remaining group dare to whisper amongst themselves, Damn it, that guy just attacks people whenever he wants. When the rescue team gets here, I'm definitely reporting him to the authorities. Exactly, a guy like that should be arrested. We'll see who's crying then. All right. Everyone quiet down. Let's hurry and split the rest of the supplies, then find a place to hide so he doesn't target us again. Right. Let's split the supplies. As long as we can hold out until the rescue team arrives, we'll be safe. And so the group began to fight over the remaining supplies, completely unaware that the male and female undead spirits Subai had collected were slowly closing in on them. By the time they noticed, it was too late. Every last one of them fell to the undead's claws. After the job was done, Subai recalled the two spirits. If you don't pull a weed out by the root, you'll regret it later. Right now, I can only control 3 undead spirits. But if I had to face more than 10 zombies at once, I'd have no choice but to retreat for now. So until I level up, I need to keep a low profile. Lin Wangqiu, weighed down by a heavy backpack, panted as she called out, "Subai, wait for me. I'm very busy, and I don't have time to waste on you. Keep slowing me down and this lord will leave you right here. I have absolute faith that Mr. Bai won't abandon me." Subai smirked. "On what grounds you and this venerable one are complete strangers? What's to stop me from leaving you behind? But I know where the powerful zombie you're looking for is." "Oh, you know the whereabouts of an evolved zombie. The reason I didn't stay at the school is because not long ago I saw a very special monster near the artificial lake on campus. It gave off a very distinct scent, but I'm not sure if it's what you're looking for. But it looked extremely dangerous. A massive monster, a mutated beast. This is starting to feel like a cultivation system webtoon. If that's the case, it's definitely worth investigating." With that thought, Subai said, "I suppose you still have some use. Lead the way." And so Lin Wangqiu led Subai to her school. Seeing her sneaking around, constantly looking over her shoulder, Subai asked in confusion, "What in the world are you doing?" "Mr. Subai, please be quiet. Many people on campus have turned into monsters. If we provoke them, we'll be in big trouble. It's not that complicated. This venerable one has no time to waste on you." With that, Subai summoned 3 undead spirits and directly cleared the obstacles. What exactly happened to this world? It's like something out of an Isekai zombie, Manhwa, turning so many people. Just as Subai was lost in thought, a scream echoed from the distance. "It seems there are still survivors here. Why does that voice sound so familiar?" Lin Wangqiu felt a sense of familiarity and went with Subai to investigate the sound. They found 3 people struggling to fight off a surrounding horde of zombies. "Why are they here?" Hearing Lin Wangqiu mutter to herself, Subai asked, "You know them?" "Yes, they're my schoolmates," Subai asked with a smirk. "Is that so? Surely you don't expect me to save them." Lin Wangqiu grabbed Subai's arm, trying to pull him away. "Mr. Subai, we have to go now. The attention of those monsters has been drawn over there. Let's hurry. If we get spotted, I'm afraid we won't be able to escape either." Subai asked. "You're not going to save them? Aren't they your classmates?" Lin Wangqiu replied. "If circumstances were different, I might have chosen to help them. But right now I can't let you get dragged into danger too, Mr. Subai." Subai smirked, thinking to himself, "These words, there is no way the disciple who betrayed me would have said them. It seems she really is just an ordinary girl, not some transmigrator from a reincarnation survival manhwa." Just then, one of the 3 youths fighting the zombie horde, Li Mingxuan, spotted Lin Wangqiu. He yelled out, "Wangqiu Lin! Wangqiu Lin Wangqiu! Over here. We can't hold on much longer. Hurry and get your companion to help us." Lin Wangqiu pretended not to hear, muttering a curse under her breath. "Damn it. That Li Mingxuan. Is that guy trying to drag us down with him?" Unfortunately, her curse was just loud enough for a few nearby zombies to hear. They turned their attention toward the pair and charged forward, shrieking. Terrified, Lin Wangqiu started, "They're coming for us. Mr. Subai, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I'm so sorry." Subai simply said, "Step back." He then glanced nonchalantly at the charging horde as if this was just another level in a game system zombie manhwa. The 9 Nether Demon Lord. This venerable one has slaughtered, and a few lowly undead dare to think they can destroy me. At the same time, he raised the 10,000 Souls banner, summoning 3 more undead spirits and commanding them to charge the approaching zombie horde. However, the situation wasn't looking good. The sheer number of zombies was overwhelming, a classic scenario in any light TRPG apocalypse manga. To the system, a classic feature in any game system zombie or cultivation system webtoon, announced that he could now control a level 2 spirit. No way with my current strength. Dealing with 10 zombies at once is already my limit. In this situation, I have to find a way to lure these zombies away. It's the only way to secure a sliver of hope in this brutal reincarnation survival manhwa. With that thought, Subai turned to his side and called out to Lin Wangqiu. Lin Wangqiu stopped crying and replied, I'm here. Mr. Subai, is there anything I can do? Subai asked. Is there anything nearby that can make a loud noise? I need to lure this horde of zombies away. Make a loud noise. Make a loud noise. After a moment's thought, Lin Wangqiu remembered her cell phone. So she took it out, handed it to Subai and said, Mr. Subai, try this. Subai took the phone and stared blankly, a classic reaction for a protagonist in an Isekai zombie manhwa. This was the first time he had ever seen one. Luckily, Lin Wangqiu helped him pick a song on the device and cranked the volume up to the max. Instantly, a catchy tune blasted from the phone. The vast sky is my love. At the foot of the green mountain, flowers bloom under the clouds. What kind of rhythm is the most exciting? What kind of singing is the most joyful? A winding river flows down from the heavens, flowing to a sea of 1,000 vibrant colors. Subai smirked and said, a useful little gadget. Then, he hurled the phone far behind the zombie horde. In the distance, Subai's spirit caught the device. The zombies were instantly drawn to the music, ignoring Subai and charging toward his spirit. Subai controlled his spirit, having it move around while picking off the zombies at the front. Lin Wangqiu's jaw dropped as she exclaimed, you can even play it like that. This is just like a lit RPG apocalypse manga. Subai grabbed her wrist and started running, saying, don't just stand there gawking, let's go. Lin Wangqiu cried out again, Mr. Subai, slow down a little. A moment later, the two of them reached the lecture hall. Lin Wangqiu immediately collapsed to the ground, panting heavily as she said, Mr. Subai, it's all thanks to you this time. If it weren't for you, I feel like I never would have made it here. Subai replied, it's nothing. You helped me find evolved zombies, and I protect your life. It's a win-win situation. Just then, Li Mingxuan and his two friends also ran up, having been saved. Luckily, those things suddenly took off, otherwise we would have been goners today. As he was speaking, Li Mingxuan suddenly noticed Lin Wangqiu, who was also there, and called out, Lin Wangqiu, did you bring supplies? That's great. We're saved this time. Hey, there's quite a bit in here. As he spoke, his bald-headed friend unzipped a corner of the backpack on Lin Wangqiu's back to peek inside. Seeing this, Lin Wangqiu quickly moved back to Subai's side and yelled, what are you doing? Mr. Subai got all of these supplies. I don't have the right to just give them away to you guys. Li Mingxuan's expression turned grim as he spoke. Lin Wangqiu, at a time like this, you're still talking about yours and mine. There are a lot of classmates waiting for these supplies to survive. So hand them over now. The friend with glasses saw the situation getting tense and stepped in to mediate. All right. Everyone calm down. This place isn't safe either. Let's get back to the classroom first. We can figure out how to divide everything up later. Then, he looked at Subai with a smile and said, hey brother, you should come with us too. After all, there's strength in numbers. Subai didn't object, so he and Lin Wangqiu followed behind Li Mingxuan's group of 3. Lin Wangqiu spoke up, Mr. Subai, I'm so sorry, but don't worry, I won't let them take your things. Subai replied, it's fine. My target is just the monster. The real question is, how are you going to make sure they listen to you? Lin Wangqiu smiled confidently and said, don't worry, Mr. Subai. There are still quite a few teachers from the school among the survivors. They won't dare to make a move. Hearing this, Subai smirked at the 3 men ahead of them and whispered, they won't dare, you say. Meanwhile, Li Mingxuan and his 2 cronies were whispering amongst themselves. I got a good look. That bag is filled with nothing but food. With this much, we can last at least another month, a real treasure in this lit RPG apocalypse manga. By then, rescue will surely have arrived, I know. But Lin Wangqiu might not agree, and what about that guy Subai? This is our turf now. Do they really think they can refuse us? If they play nice, we can spare them a little something, but if they don't... The group walked a bit further before stopping in front of a classroom. Li Mingxuan banged on the door, shouting, open up. It's me, Li Mingxuan, we're back with supplies. Soon after, a young man opened the door. Great, you're finally back. Where are the supplies? Where are they? Li Mingxuan's group didn't answer and just walked into the room. Subai and Lin Wangqiu followed them inside. Subai scanned the classroom thinking, so these are the survivors. They've managed to last this long with just this group. It seems this whole Isekai zombie Manhwa scenario hasn't been going on for too long. Just then a guy with glasses spoke up, Lin Wangqiu. Hurry up and divide the supplies. We haven't eaten in 3 days. Lin Wangqiu sighed and replied, fine. But like we agreed, I can only give you half at most. The other half belongs to Mr. Subai, and it's off limits. Li Mingxuan pointed at Subai, his eyes filled with menace. What's he going to do with all that by himself? I'll just buy it then. Don't worry, I'll offer 10 times the market price. I'm sure you have no objections to that, do you? Subai just smiled. Sure, I have no objections. You're a reasonable man. Let me just take a look. As he spoke, Li Mingxuan knelt to inspect the supplies, but a sharp claw suddenly appeared pressing against his neck. He whipped his head around in terror, only to see a monster standing right beside Subai like a creature straight out of a game system zombie story. Subai then said, but it looks like my pet has an opinion. The other survivors panicked at the sight of the monster, scrambling to the back of the classroom and screaming, it's one of those monsters. Where did it even come from? Damn it, Li Mingxuan's group must have let it here. I told you we shouldn't have let them in. Wait, that's not right. I think that monster was summoned by the guy with Lin Wangqiu using some kind of cultivation system Webtoon power. Subai paid the panicked crowd no mind. He leaned down, looking directly into the terrified eyes of Li Mingxuan before yanking him up by the collar. Hey you cost me 2 of my undead minions and you still thought you could take my supplies, Li Mingxuan stammered in fear. But, boss man, let's just talk about this calmly. Subai slammed Li Mingxuan to the floor, pinning him with a foot on his chest. Tell me, this is what it takes to win in a reincarnation survival manhwa. Should I just destroy you and use your soul to compensate for my losses? Li Mingxuan desperately looked towards his 2 friends who had already fled the room. Zhang Haoguming, help me, plead for me. You were in on this plan too. Hearing this, his 2 friends frantically waved their hands in denial. What are you talking about, Mr. Su? This whole scheme to take the supplies was all Li Mingxuan's idea. We had nothing to do with it. Yeah, that's right. I fought to get supplies for all of you, and this is how you treat me. You bunch of animals are really going to abandon me, just to get on the good side of Lam Uyenthu and this guy. Then he turned to Lam Uyenthu, begging, Lam Uyenthu, please save me. I know I was wrong. I don't need the supplies anymore. Please forgive me. Tabak glanced at her with interest, thinking to himself, how will you choose the ruthless Lam Uyenthu he remembered would have... Lam Uyenthu looked at Tobak and said, Mr. Tobak, although Li Minhian was wrong, he was ultimately trying to help everyone, so could you please spare him just this once? They can take and divide my share, but no one is to touch Mr. Tobak's portion. Tobak thought to himself, with a personality like this, maybe she really is just a girl who looks like my former disciple. If that's the case, then there's no reason to keep her alive. With that, he removed his foot from Li Minhian's chest, recalled his undead spirit, and said, Fine, you and I are done here. You've found your friends, so let's part ways. I'll go find that high-level zombie on my own. Seeing Tabak about to leave, Lam Uyenthu quickly grabbed his hand and said, Please wait, Mr. Tobak, I might know where it is. Tabak asked, How have you seen it before? Lam Uyenthu replied, No, but I have a vague feeling of a strange presence somewhere in the school. The aura from that place is a bit frightening. I'm not sure if it's the kind of game system zombie Mr. Tobak was talking about. Hearing this, Tobak thought to himself, an innate spiritual body, a special constitution that can sense spiritual energy. In this world, besides that disciple of mine, no one else has it. Could this girl really be her back in the primeval cultivation realm? Lam Uyenthu presented an item to Tobak with both hands, saying, Senior, I have found the item you were looking for. Can you take me as your disciple now? And Tabak took it and asked, Tell me, how did you manage to find it? Lam Uyenthu clasped her hands, knelt on one knee, and replied, I was born with the art of shadow tracing. In the future, I will be the sword in your hand, Senior, and I will never disappoint you. Tabak placed a hand on her shoulder, saying, Very good. From this day forward, you are my second disciple. With your innate spiritual body, your future accomplishments will surely be no less than your master's. Lam Uyenthu quickly spoke up. My life was granted by you, Senior. Uyenthu would never dare to surpass you. I only wish to serve by your side and ease your burdens. Tabak sat down, lifted her chin, and asked with a smile, "Still calling me senior?" Lam Uyenthu blushed and stammered, Master." Back in the present, Tabak stared coldly at Lam Uyenthu. He reached a hand toward her, thinking, "Though I don't know why she lost her memories, that won't stop me from ending her life. Come here, my dear disciple. Enter my 10,000 souls banner, become my slave, and endure the eternal torment of soul refinement." Just then, Lam Uyenthu suddenly grabbed his hand and said, "Tabak, please believe me. That thing is really getting closer. We need to get out of here now, or it will be too late." Tabak stared at her, stunned for a moment before bursting into laughter. He thought, "Damn, I almost killed her. This is a true innate spiritual body. A constitution so rare it's practically unique in this entire reincarnation survival manhwa. Killing her outright would be— Instead of killing her now, it's far better to turn her into a pawn and exploit her until every last drop of her value has been drained. When she's no longer useful, I certainly won't mistreat my own disciple. There will surely be a place for her in the 10,000 souls banner." At the same time, down in the courtyard, a monster was creeping towards the lecture hall. Surprisingly, this monster could actually open its mouth and speak human language. This is the place where spiritual energy gathers. This young master is so lucky. Without a source of spiritual energy, I would have eventually turned into one of those half-human, half-demon things. Don't disappoint me. With that, the monster crouched, gathered its strength, and leaped powerfully. It smashed through this window and entered the classroom where everyone was hiding. The moment Subai saw the monster, he frowned and thought to himself, "Is this the powerful creature Lin Wangqiu was talking about? Some kind of mutated snake demon? No, that's not it. There's something off about this creature. How can I have this familiar feeling? This thing actually has spiritual energy. This isn't a mutated beast at all, but a demonic beast from the cultivation world. But why would it show up in a place like this?" Meanwhile, the other people who saw the demonic beast panicked and ran toward the sealed main door, desperately trying to open it and yelling, "Damn it! Where did this monster come from? What are you waiting for? Run. You want to stay here and die." What the hell? Why won't this door open? Lin Wangqiu came to Subai's side, pointed at the demonic beast, and said, "Subai, the aura is identical to the one I sensed at the artificial lake, before I'm sure of it." Just then, the demonic beast snatched a person with its claws. Even though this place has no spiritual energy and is filled with these half-human, half-demon things, it's still way more entertaining than that old cultivation world. I can feast on these humans to my heart's content, without any of those pesky cultivators from some cultivation system Webtoon interfering. What a wonderful feeling. With that, it tossed the captured person into its mouth as they screamed for help in vain. Ms. Lee, one of the school's teachers, approached Subai and said, "Young man, can I ask you to please help save my students? As long as you can keep them from harm, I'll do anything you ask." Subai was silent for a few seconds before replying, leaving aside whether I can even do it. "What does your life or death have to do with me?" Ms. Lee pleaded. "Money. I can pay you just as long as you protect them. Sorry, I'm not interested in that. But don't worry, after you're all gone, I'll be sure to send your souls on their way." After saying that, Subai ignored the group and commanded his spirit, a classic move in a game system zombie story, to attack the demonic beast from behind, knocking the demonic beast flat on the ground. Then his spirit leaped onto the beast, ready to strike again, but the demonic beast whipped its head around, shot out its tongue, and wrapped it tightly around the spirit. It then looked at Subai and said, "Spiritual energy. I told you my nose doesn't lie. I really can smell spiritual energy here. I can't believe there's actually a cultivator here, like something out of a light RPG apocalypse manga. Your strength is a bit weak, but you'll have to do." At that very moment, Subai's spirit suddenly drove its knee into the demonic beast's chin, forcing its mouth shut and loosening the grip of its tongue. Subai's spirit instantly broke free and leaped back to his side. Subai smirked at the demonic beast and said, "Oh, so you were after me all along. In that case, I'll just have to eliminate you." A mere Foundation establishment realm demonic beast. Trash like you was never even worthy of this. But now with my current Chi-Si realm cultivation. He paused, deep in thought. Subai turned to look at the panicked crowd behind him. How could I forget about them? The Myriad Soul banner isn't a picky eater. and by eliminating them, refining their souls would be enough for me to break through to the foundation establishment stage. Thinking this, he turned to the terrified crowd and spoke. It's a shame, but I can't deal with this thing right now. You're all on your own. However, if you're willing to join my myriad soul banner and help me break through my cultivation, then you might just have a sliver of hope for survival. Of course, it's fine if you refuse. No one can stop me from leaving. But as for all of you, the crowd remained silent with their heads down. No one answered Subai. Seeing this, Subai turned to leave and said, "Since no one is willing to sacrifice themselves, I guess I'll just have to leave." Lin Wangqiu called out, "Brother Subai." Just then, Ms. Li walked over and grabbed Lin Wangqiu's hand, stopping her from speaking further. Let me do it. I only hope you can get my students out of this place." As she spoke, Miss Li accidentally revealed her necklace, which caught Subai's attention. "That's a spirit stone," Subai thought to himself. He walked over to look at the pendant on Ms. Li's neck and asked, "Where did you get this?" Ms. Li replied, This is something my father happened to find many years ago." After that, Ms. Li took off the necklace, handed it to Subai, and said, "If you're interested, just take it. I only ask that you protect these students of mine." Subai accepted the necklace, thinking to himself, "That's right, this is definitely an item from the cultivation world, and its quality isn't bad either. The spiritual energy contained within is on par with a top-grade spirit stone, but why would something like this appear in this world? This must mean Mai and Lin Wangqiu's rebirth into this world probably wasn't a coincidence, a classic plot. If that's the case, it's highly likely my other disciples are also in this world." The system announced, "Spirit stone reaction detected. Would you like to use it?" This felt straight out of a light RPG apocalypse manga. Using the spirit stone to enhance the myriad soul banner not only strengthens the host, but also levels up his controlled undead by one, just like in a game. I never expected a spirit stone could be used to directly enhance the myriad soul banner. It seems I'll need to find more of these, muttering to himself. Subai looked at Ms. Li and said, "I've accepted this and our contract is formed. All of you just wait here. Don't leave." At that moment, the enraged beast charged toward Subai, cursing, "You son of a gun, you dare sneak attack me. Come on, cultivator, watch as I refine you in an instant." Subai paid it no mind. He sat down cross-legged to cultivate and commanded his undead, a classic move in any Isekai zombie manhwa. "Hold it back for me." Hearing the command, the undead immediately rushed, unleashing a flurry of attacks with its sharp claws at the beast. "You little pipsqueak," the beast roared, dodging to the side, while keeping an eye on Subai's movements. This guy's aura is getting stronger. Is he having a breakthrough? This is bad. I have to end this quickly. With that thought, the beast sent the undead flying out of the room with a single punch and then laughed as it lunged at Subai. "Ha ha ha ha, let's see where you run this time." However, just as it was about to hit Subai, its body suddenly froze in place, and it screamed internally. "What the heck?" Subai then spoke. "My myriad soul banner. A key part of my cultivation system, Webtoon powers, needs a foundation establishment stage beast to consecrate it. I guess you're the one." The beast stammered. What's happening?" Very quickly, it realized what the problem was. The wraith that was knocked away earlier had somehow evolved from a common to an advanced grade and grown much larger than before. And it was this very wraith that stopped the beast. Besides that, the beast also noticed that Subai's aura had stabilized at the foundation establishment stage. At this moment, Subai ordered the wraith to destroy the demonic beast. The wraith immediately plunged its sharp claws into the demonic beast's body, then slammed it hard, sending the beast flying. The demonic beast quickly got back up and roared, "I really underestimated you. I never thought you could achieve a breakthrough in the middle of a fight. But do you think this lord came with no preparations at all? Come forth, my minions, and help me wipe out these humans. Today all of you will die here." As the roar echoed, a layer of snake scales suddenly appeared on Li Mingxuan, who was among the crowd. His hands transformed into claws, and he attacked the people next to him, killing them instantly. Seeing this, Miss Li collapsed to the ground, whispering, "How could this be?" A terrified Lin Wangqiu grabbed Subai's arm and cried out, "Subai, what on earth is?" Li Mingxuan Subai smirked and thought to himself, "Interesting. I didn't expect a human to willingly become a demonic beast's subordinate, but whatever let him do it, the more people who die, the better. After all, they will all eventually become puppets under this venerable one's myriad souls banner. It's a classic setup in any cultivation system webtoon. Ms. Lee rushed forward to shield the student and shouted, "Li Mingxuan, stop right now, I won't let you continue this rampage." Li Mingxuan grabbed Ms. Lee by the collar and said, "You're overestimating yourself. Are you that eager to die? Then I'll send you on your way first." He then raised his claw and brought it down. Just then, Subai reached out with one hand, grabbed Ms. Lee and pulled her back, dodging Li Mingxuan's attack. Lin Wanqiu quickly supported Ms. Lee and said, "Ms. Lee, what you need to do now is calm everyone down and stop them from panicking. If we want to survive this brutal reincarnation survival manhwa, we can only rely on Subai now." Subai looked at Ms. Lee and thought to himself, "It doesn't matter what happens to the others, but this woman cannot die. To find the spirit stones, I'll need her to lead the way later." Then he raised the myriad souls banner and silently chanted, "Souls, come." Instantly, the souls of the corpses on the ground were all sucked into the myriad souls banner. Li Mingxuan cried out, "What is that damn thing?" "You again. I've been tolerating you for a while, waiting for my master to arrive, but now I don't have to hold back anymore." Then he charged toward Subai and yelled, "Without that monster protecting you, let's see how you'll fight me." Seeing this, Subai snorted softly and swung the myriad souls banner. Instantly, a horde of wraiths appeared like a game system zombie swarm, swarming towards Li Mingxuan and crying, "Li Mingxuan, why did you take our lives? Why come and join us?" "Come on, let's be brothers under the myriad souls banner. Didn't you say we'd be brothers for life? Now's your chance. Come over here." Soon Li Mingxuan was completely swarmed by the wraiths and could only scream helplessly, "Didn't I already kill all of you? Get lost, you bunch of wandering ghosts. This isn't some Isekai zombie manhwa where the dead just walk again." "Ah, damn it. Not far away, the demonic beast saw this and spoke up. "What is that?" "The myriad souls banner. Don't tell me you plan to use that piece of junk artifact from some litter PG apocalypse manga to deal with this great master. Do you really think this great master is a pushover?" Subai summoned 4 more wraiths and spoke. "Junk, you say? That's only because you've yet to meet me. My 10,000 souls banner is in need of a soul like yours for its consecration." At that moment, Li Mingxuan broke free from the undead horde, running towards the beast and yelling, "Save me, boss! Save me!" The beast frowned slightly. "Damn it, how could I be this unlucky? It was hard enough finding a cultivator, only for him to be a demonic cultivator. Those guys are all twisted freaks like villains from a dark cultivation system webtoon. You never know when they'll betray you. Plus, this kid has even broken through to the Foundation establishment stage. This is bad, I have to bail. I can't risk getting into more trouble instead of absorbing his spiritual energy." With that thought, the beast grabbed Li Mingxuan, who had just reached it. Li Mingxuan asked, confused, "Boss, I'm the one who granted you this power. Now it's your turn to repay me." With that said, the beast hurled Li Mingxuan towards Subai and immediately turned to flee. Subai narrowed his eyes, trying to run. "Did I give you permission?" He then brandished the 10,000 souls banner, and his undead legion, like something from a game system zombie story, immediately charged the beast. The fastest of the evolved undead quickly caught up, leaping high into the air and pinning the beast to the ground. Subai thought to himself, "Gotcha." Following right behind, 4 more undead leaped into the air, transforming into their stone forms and crashing down like massive stakes, pinning the beast's 4 limbs to the ground. Lin Wantong cheered. "Awesome, brother, Subai got it." The beast roared furiously. "All right, I admit defeat for today, but you're dreaming if you think this can hold me." Then it used its innate serpentine talent to escape laughing boisterously. "Ha ha, you bunch of idiots, you didn't expect that, did you? It's not just the golden cicada that can shed its shell. I can shed my skin too." Li Mingxuan scrambled after it, yelling, "Boss, wait for me, I'm still here." But he was quickly surrounded by the other students. Li Mingxuan, karma's a real thing. No one escapes their fate. You murdered so many of our people, don't think you can get away with it so easily. "Get him!" Li Mingxuan screamed in terror. "Stay back, or do you want me to finish you all off?" However, no one was intimidated by his threat. They proceeded to give Li Mingxuan a thorough beatdown. A short distance away, Lin Wantong asked Subai, "Brother Subai, are you just letting that monster get away like that?" "Is it really all right?" Subai replied. "Get away. You're giving it too much credit. How could a mere snake demon possibly dream of escaping from my spiritual sense lock?" he thought to himself. "It's time for this whole chaotic mess to end." Meanwhile, the beast, feeling it had run a safe distance, stopped and spoke. "I finally got away. That was insane. Where do these demonic cultivators even pop up from? It's like a twisted reincarnation survival manhwa. Could he have been swept here by a chaotic rift just like me? Well, it doesn't matter now. Once I'm out of here, the sky's the limit, and the ocean is my playground. A mere Foundation establishment cultivator won't find me in his entire lifetime." Just then, a voice suddenly echoed from behind. "Oh, is that so?" The startled beast whipped around to see Subai and his undead, looking like they stepped out of an Isekai zombie manhwa, had appeared. Subai spoke. "Go ahead and run. Let's see if you can actually escape the range of my spiritual sense." The beast shrieked, "No, this is impossible. How did you find me? You're just a Foundation establishment cultivator. Your power level shouldn't be high enough to track me. This is like some broken light RPG apocalypse manga." "Annoying," Subai snapped. He brandished the 10,000 souls banner, commanding his undead to charge the beast. The 4 wraiths fanned out first, restraining the beast's 4 limbs. Then the upgraded undead spirit lunged forward, plunging its claws deep into the monster's throat. Subai declared, "Your vital point is sealed. Let's see what you can do now." The beast shrieked, "You bastard, you worthless trash. If you won't let me live, then none of you will survive either." With that, it opened its maw and spewed a cloud of green gas, which morphed into multiple clones that flew towards Subai. "Ha ha! Even if you have the 10,000 souls banner, your body is only at the Foundation establishment stage. Once I devour you, I won't have to fear these puppets anymore." Subai scoffed and said, "You overestimate yourself." Then, amidst the beast's many clones, he thrust the 10,000 souls banner, striking its true body with pinpoint accuracy, without even looking. The beast cried out in disbelief. "How is this possible? Even the divine sense of a nascent soul stage expert would struggle to see through my shadow clones." "Who on earth are you?" Subai replied. "Shut up. If you weren't of some use, I would have obliterated your soul long ago." The 10,000 souls banner flared, binding its soul. The beast screamed, "I refuse to accept this. Even in death, I will never submit to you." "Come die with me," Subai snorted, "trying to self-destruct your soul in front of me. Am I invisible to you? Primordial spirit projection." Instantly, a massive primordial spirit avatar materialized behind Subai. Seeing this, the beast shrieked in terror. What great, no, this is the might of the soul formation stage. Did I actually offend a soul formation grandmaster? Please, don't kill me. I was wrong, Ancestor Granddaddy. I beg for my life." A system notification appeared. "Congratulations, host, for eliminating an evolved creature. The 10,000 souls banner has been upgraded. Current realm, Foundation. Establishment stage, 10,000 souls banner, rank A. Controllable undead, 5 out of 10. Detected. 10,000 souls banner has been enhancement mode unlocked. The host can now feed any item containing spiritual energy to the undead spirits, thereby raising their level." Subai chuckled. "Well, now this is an unexpected gain." As Subai held, the banner text appeared. The host can feed any item containing spiritual energy to the undead spirits, thereby raising the undead spirits' level. He thought to himself, "I can't believe I can directly feed them spirit stones. Doesn't this mean that as long as I have enough spirit stones, I can quickly build a powerful army of the undead just like in an Isekai zombie manhwa?" He raised the banner high. "In that case, the plan to find spirit stones needs to be prioritized." He smirked. "Once I'm strong enough to protect myself in this world, it'll be time to find my dear disciples." This truly is a reincarnation survival manhwa. Before them was a dilapidated, ruined building. Jingya asked Wan Qiu, "Your companion, he won't be in danger chasing after that monster, will he?" Wan Qiu reassured her. "Miss Li, Brother Subai will definitely be fine. That kind of monster is no match for Brother Subai at all." Jingya felt a bit relieved. "That's good. You seem to have a lot of faith in him." He doesn't seem to be a student from our school. How did you meet him? Wanshu replied.
You know how I ran out of the school earlier, just as I was about to be attacked by those monsters? It was Brother Subai who saved me.
Her expression turned puzzled. But it's a little strange now that I mention it. The moment I met Brother Subai, I felt like I already knew him from somewhere. The door opened and Subai walked in. Wanshu ran to him joyfully. This is great, Brother Subai, you're back. Did that monster do anything to you? Subai stopped her. Hold on, getting hurt by that thing. Are you underestimating me that much? He pulled a colored stone from his pocket. Subai walked over to Jingya. I need a lot of these stones. Do you know where I can find more? She replied. I'm sorry, this item originally belonged to my father. I'm not sure where he got it either. You might have to ask him to find out. He asked, Your father, where is he now? Jingya answered, Mr. Subai, if you really want to find my father, then we might have to make a second deal. She explained, the last time I contacted my father was 3 days ago. At that time he was trapped somewhere and waiting for rescue. If you want that information, I'm afraid you'll have to help me find him first. Subai thought to himself, is this woman trying to use me to rescue someone? But in this kind of cultivation system Webtoon plot, as long as I can find the source of the spirit stones, wasting a little time isn't a big deal. He sighed. Fine in that case. I will go with you. Jingya was overjoyed. Really? Wanshu was also happy. That's great. But Subai had a condition. He gave a stern warning. If I find out you're deceiving me, it won't just be you. Everyone will die, including your father. Jingya was terrified. Oh, okay, I understand. Don't worry, trust me. My father won't disappoint you. She turned to the surviving students. Everyone get up, we're leaving this place with Mr. Subai. Everyone was ecstatic. Awesome, we're finally getting out of here. I thought I was going to die in this reincarnation survival manhwa. And a terrified female student hugged Jingya and cried while a male student hesitated looking behind them. But them? What about these people? Subai raised his soul banner, refusing to let them go to waste. He shouted, Souls come, and the banner reacted, shooting out glowing chains. Instantly, the chains wrapped around the necks of the other students. Their souls were pulled into the soul banner. The remaining students turned pale as they witnessed this. The soul banner trembled violently, its eye glowing brightly. The game system zombie interface displayed a notification. What he had just done made everyone huddle together in fear. The corpses disintegrated. Jingya asked fearfully, Mr. Subai, what did you do to them? Subai said nothing, slinging the soul banner over his shoulder. He turned and walked away. Of course I had to make use of them, adding them to the 10,000 souls banner to become my puppets. All right, let's go. I don't have time to waste here. A female student expressed her gratitude. Mr. Subai, thank you so much for this. Without you, we would have never made it out of that classroom. In a world straight out of an Isekai zombie manhwa, even if the monsters didn't kill us, we would have starved to death eventually. Subai was indifferent. It's fine, everyone just has their own needs. He mused, speaking of which, my cultivation has broken through to the foundation establishment stage. My spiritual sense space has also partially recovered, so I should be able to use some higher-level magic treasures. Subai decided to check his system, hoping to pull out something useful. He summoned a multitude of items, his eyes widening in shock. Subai held a sword in his hand. I can't believe it's this thing. Could this really be fate? Wankyo, curious, approached the sword. Brother Subai, where did you get this sword? Why do I feel like I've seen it somewhere before? Subai's gaze turned icy. Is this a sign that her memories are about to return? Interesting. In this light RPG apocalypse manga scenario, what will happen if this person really regains her memories and discovers she has fallen into my hands, like a lamb to the slaughter? The sword was plunged deep into the ground. He thought to himself, I wonder what my dear disciple would think of this. Subai then suggested, in that case, I'll entrust this to you. Wanshu was puzzled. For me, she stammered. Subai, what am I supposed to do with this? You don't actually expect me to fight those monsters straight out of a game system zombie apocalypse, do you? He replied coldly. Why not? Did you expect me to protect you forever? Hearing this, Wankyo's expression turned serious. She bent down and picked up the sword. All right, but I've never used one of these before. You have to teach me when we get back. Before she could finish her sentence, Wanshu felt something affecting her. A look of shock filled her eyes. Wanshu saw a vision from the past. There she and her senior sisters were trying to stop their master. Master, stop! She even saw the vision of herself begging Subai to take her as a disciple. I was born with the shadow-seeking movement technique, and I will be the sword in your hand, senior. I will never let you down. An image of Subai being gentle with her appeared, still calling me senior. His resentful silhouette appeared behind Wan Chu, and she froze. Master Wan Chu cried out, Master Yu. The expression on Subai's face in her memory was incredibly pained. She fainted. Jing Ya grew worried. Wan Chu Subai raised the treasured fan high. A giant snake demon with its mouth wide open lunged from the skull towards Lin Wan Chu. Damn it! The snake demon coiled tightly around her neck. Jing Ya was horrified. Subai, she rushed over to stop him. Subai, what are you doing? Stop it! Wan Chu was restrained by the snake demon. She struggled. Wan Kyo gasped for air and coughed weakly. Jing Ya anxiously tried to pull the snake demon off. She looked up at Subai and screamed. Subai, your monster has gone crazy, please save me. He walked over and decisively slammed the treasured fan down. Then Subai sat down next to Wan Chu. Have you recovered your memories? She looked dazed. What memories? Subai? What are you talking about? Jing Ya pleaded with him. Subai Wan Kyo is a good girl. Please save her. He remained silent, pondering what had just happened. Her reaction didn't seem like an act, almost like a memory flash from a past life in a reincarnation survival manhwa. Did she only regain her memories for an instant? He reached out his hand towards her. Fine then. Subai placed his hand on Wan Chu's head. Then I'll just have to investigate myself. Subai closed his eyes, activating a skill straight from a cultivation system Webtoon. Soul search technique. A moment later, he opened his eyes. Opening his eyes, he pondered memories can't be faked. Could it be this person truly hasn't recalled his past memories, yet like a character at the start of a reincarnation? Survival manhwa. Seeing Subai lost in thought, Wan Chu and Jing Ya looked on with confusion. Subai He stood up, releasing energy from the treasured fan in his hand. At the same time, the snake demon on Wan Chu vanished. She and Jing Ya said in unison, It's gone, it's gone. Subai turned away and said coldly, Perhaps this sword isn't meant for you. Let's go, no more wasting time. Wan Chu replied, Ah, okay. She was bewildered. That's strange. Why did I suddenly call Subai master just now? And also, what is this familiar feeling I get from Subai? Jing Ya gestured to the others. We're okay now, let's follow them. Subai mused, is all of this fate? Or is it just a trap? I will get to the bottom of this even in this light RPG apocalypse, manga of a world. Before them stood a dilapidated building. Jing Ya said, This is the place. This is one of my family's properties, and the last place my father contacted me from was this very building. But it seems he couldn't escape in time because of these monsters, the kind you'd see in an Isekai zombie manhwa. He replied, In that case, let's go take a look. The other, All right, how about this? We won't go in. We'll just wait for you guys out here. That makes sense. It's not like we could help Brother Toe in there. Anyway, it's better if we just wait here. Me too. Tabak glanced at them. It's fine. I'll escort you out of the school. My contract is fulfilled. Whether you stay or go from now on, I will no longer interfere. She looked at their expressions with concern. Tin Na reassured them. So just stay here and don't wander off. Wait for us to come back. Then we'll lead you to the government's shelter. You'll be safe there. The young man replied, Don't worry, Teacher Lai. We absolutely won't wander off. They watched the three figures leave, and the guy let out a sigh of relief. Finally, we're free. You guys have no idea I didn't even dare to breathe too loudly just now, afraid that guy would kill me if he got upset. A girl replied, Tell me about it. I think he's even scarier than those monsters. The other girl tried to calm them down. All right, let's not argue anymore. Anyway, let's just lay low here. In this reincarnation survival manhwa, just making it to the end is a victory. Tabak, Uyen Thu and Tin Ya were heading deeper inside when she suddenly stopped. Wait a second, Uyen Thu said. It seems like something is coming this way. Truong Than urged, Go quickly. This is no place for you people. Don't let these monsters touch you. Retreat immediately. Tin Ya was overjoyed. That's great. These people must be a government rescue team. They'll probably know where my father is trapped. Tabak tightened his grip on his fan.
In that case, let's keep one of them alive as prey.
He gave the order to clear the obstacles. A soldier said worriedly, "Damn it, Captain. There are monsters charging from behind too." "What are we going to do?" Trong Than tried to remain calm. "Don't panic. Everyone break formation immediately and spread out quickly. Don't let this horde of game system zombie types box you in." The soldiers retreated, letting the monsters. The spirit vulture's claws spread wide. It lunged forward, tearing the zombies to shreds. The serpent demon opened its maw to attack. It chomped down on the zombies, and blood splattered everywhere. A soldier was stunned, "Captain. Am I dreaming? Are those monsters really fighting each other? In all my days on duty, I've never seen anything this bizarre," he replied. "What else could it be? Is this a battle of the gods or something?" The chaotic battle raged on fiercely. Trong Than was tense. "Don't let your guard down. They haven't spotted us yet. Let's retreat quickly. We'll only be truly safe when the ability users from that cultivation system Webtoon arrive, the ones sent by the higher-ups." The soldier behind him was skeptical. "Captain, I've heard the guys at the Bureau praise them like they're gods. Are they really that good?" "They're just people like us. How can they be supermen?" He stood up. "That's because you haven't witnessed their power firsthand. I've never met an S-rank ability user, but just that one person alone." Trong Than pulled the trigger can stand against an army of 1,000. The other soldier was shocked. An army of 1,000. That's an exaggeration. "Are these people all supermen or something?" Another soldier shouted. "There really are supermen." "Aren't those the survivors from before? Why aren't those monsters attacking them? It's like something out of an Isekai zombie manhwa. They're even escorting and protecting them." Trong Than focused his aim. As Tabak got closer, he shouted, "Who are you?" "Stop right there and answer, or we will open fire." Like a true protagonist from a lit RPG apocalypse manga. He didn't care, only Uyen Thu and Tin Ya looked towards them. The soldier beside Changqing suggested, "Captain, maybe we should just shoot." He suddenly lowered his weapon. Changqing signaled, "Hold your fire. This isn't someone we can handle." He then shouted, "Please, halt. I am Xiao Changqing, captain of Z City's Rescue Team 3. May I ask if you are the ability users sent by the higher-ups to support us?" Subai paused and asked, "What's an ability user?" The captain wondered. "If you're not ability users, then what are you?" Changqing thought to himself, if they aren't ability users managed by the Ability Bureau, could they be lone wolves? Damn it. These guys are not to be trifled with. Jingya spoke up. "We're here looking for someone, my father. His name is Li Zhenghao." The captain was puzzled. Li Zhenghao. That name is actually on our rescue list. Word is he has critical intelligence, and the higher-ups have ordered that he must be extracted at all costs. Subai pressed, "Do you know his location?" Changqing replied that he did, but the location was deep within this zone. Given the current situation, it's nearly impossible for us to infiltrate. Just then, a horde of zombies swarmed out from a nearby building, and the captain tensed up. "This is bad, we're surrounded." Changqing pleaded urgently, "Look, even if you're not with the government in this crisis, I'm begging for your help. We don't all need to make it, we just need one person to get out and relay intel back to base." Subai remained unfazed. "No problem, I will lead you out of here, but in return you must lead me to my target." He gave the order, "Crush them." The claws of the spirit wraith tore through the zombie horde. The serpent demon breathed fire, incinerating them. The soldiers watched in awe. So powerful. Is this what ability users are like? This is insane. It's like he's the protagonist of an isekai zombie. Manhwa captain are all ability users. This overpowered. He can summon a world-ending monster with a single command. Compared to him, these guns in our hands feel like pea shooters. Changqing's voice was grim. "No, not all ability users are this powerful." As an image of Subai flashed in his mind, he continued, "This man, I'm afraid that even among the ability users serving the government, at least I've never seen anyone who could command monsters at will like this. It's like something out of a reincarnation survival manhwa where the protagonist is already max level. I'd wager his ability rank is no lower than C rank." Suddenly, Wan Kyo shouted a warning, "Look out!
Something's coming, she screamed. Up in the sky, a monstrous mutated queen dove down roaring, "You dare trespass upon my domain without permission."
It slammed into the ground, shaking the entire area. The towering figure of the Netherbone Yin monarch radiated immense killing intent. Die! The soldiers panicked. Damn it, what kind of monster is that? Intel never mentioned a boss of this level existed here. This whole disaster feels like a lie. Subai's eyes narrowed. This aura, it's at the peak of the Foundation establishment stage. I never expected a creature of this caliber to be lurking here. It's like a hidden boss in a cultivation system web. This thing doesn't seem like a mindless undead. The creature pointed its weapon and commanded, "My subjects, follow me and crush these invaders." Everyone looked on in terror. "Mr. Subai, what do we do now?"
One of the soldiers said, "Everyone prepare to fight. Even if we die, we'll take these bastards with us."
But Subai just smirked. "Just as I thought. This creature is a rare specimen indeed, an undead being that possesses a soul and intelligence. If I can capture its soul and absorb it into my 10,000 soul banner, it will greatly empower the spirits under my command." The Netherbone Yin monarch stood before them, a true game system zombie boss. Subai told everyone to fall back. "This one is my prey." He narrowed his eyes. "All I have to do is capture it. I'll have a chance to create an army of undead with their own consciousness." Subai brandished the soul-gathering banner, "And then my combat power will be significantly enhanced." He shouted, "Advance!" Immediately the spirit wraith and the serpent demon charged forward. The Netherbone Yin monarch was stunned. This human, who could control the undead, was incredibly dangerous. It unleashed its power, sending Subai's monsters flying. This boss felt like something straight out of the game system zombie scenario. The Netherbone Yin monarch raised its, "How dare these insignificant humans usurp my authority?" It swung its staff down. Subai frowned. This power was likely on par with the Golden Core stage. "What on earth is the origin of this undead?" Haoji watched from above as Subai and the Netherbone Yin monarch clashed, delighted to have found such a prize. The master will surely be pleased. Beside Haoji was the spirit of his master Yun Bing, who noted that a mere Foundation establishment cultivator could control souls. He spoke coldly. "The qi in his body is vital. I will reward you for it." Haoji reassured him. "Don't worry, the Netherbone Yin monarch has already begun its hunt." It attacked Subai's group in a scene straight out of an Isekai zombie manhwa, terrifying Jingya and Wan Hu. "No, somebody help." Chongqing gave the order. "Brothers, move in." She grabbed his arm. "Brother Subai, I'll stay with you, even if it means death." Subai mused. "A golden core undead lord, huh? It's just for show. Its real power is only at the peak of the Foundation establishment stage. Even though I've lost my a mere beast like you can't stop me." He gripped his sword, and the silhouette of his past self emerged, a classic scene from a reincarnation survival manhwa. The sword shattered the Netherbone Yin monarch's iron staff, leaving it utterly shocked. The monarch couldn't believe it. How is this possible? A Dharma idol of heaven and earth. A secret technique from the deity transformation stage. Chang Qing was horrified. This guy is strong. He's on a whole other level. Can an awakened really be this strong? After unleashing the technique, Subai felt the backlash. All that spiritual energy I just absorbed is completely gone now. But getting a skeleton king out of it is worth the price. The Netherbone Yin monarch turned to flee. He used a deity transformation stage technique. "There's no way I can fight that. I have to get out of here." Subai recalled his sword, which began to glow a fiery red. Trying to run, he hurled the sword towards it. "Did you ask my phoenix for permission?" The energy erupted into the form of a phoenix, shooting forward like an arrow. The Netherbone Yin monarch was shocked. What a divine artifact. With a single cry from the phoenix, it found itself completely paralyzed. "What kind of monster have I provoked?" The fiery red sword pierced straight through its body. Wan Qiu watched in astonishment. "Brother Subai, was that a phoenix you just summoned?" Chongqing wondered aloud. "The divine beast of the great golden phoenix. Just what is the true power level of this awakened?" Subai raised the soul-gathering banner, and a mass of chains shot out from its skull. He shouted, "Absorb!" The creature panicked. "No, you won't enslave me. The Netherbone, Yin Monarch, will never submit. Then it resigned itself to its fate. Fine. Even though I'm unwilling, following a deity transformation stage master offers a much better future than serving that brat. The skull began to glow, and a system notification popped up, just like in a cultivation system webtoon. Congratulations, host. Current realm chi refining stage. Myriad Soul Banner level 4. Can control undead type bosses 1 out of 1. Can control advanced undead 2 out of 5. Can control common undead 10 out of 20. Subai coughed violently. This kind of high-risk... The cost was too great, and his cultivation realm had dropped. Jingya and Wanqiu rushed over in a panic. Mr. Subai, brother. Subai. Are you okay? A voice suddenly emanated from the soul-gathering banner. Master, it is I, the Netherbone Yin Monarch. It seems you have overexerted yourself. Now, I will help you recover a portion of your power. The system interface appeared, displaying the current realm. Mid-level foundation establishment stage. Subai was pleased. This is a definite improvement from, before it seems the spiritual domain from the souls in the Myriad Soul Banner has a special enhancing effect on. He turned back and said, "You were quite generous to offer your spiritual energy to me." The Netherbone Yin Monarch respectfully said, "I have entered the Master's banner and will follow only you. I only hope for your trust." It thought to itself. A celestial avatar. A divine artifact holding the Golden Phoenix's power. The Master must have reached the soul formation realm before arriving. With such a foundation, he can definitely reach the pinnacle once more. As long as I serve him well, I too can follow the Master and climb to the top again. At that thought, the Netherbone Yin Monarch let out a sinister laugh which made the girl worry. Brother Subai, I thought I saw a little blood at the corner of your mouth. Are you okay? He thought, I still don't get why Lin Wanqiu and the others tried to assassinate me before I was transmigrated, but it's irrelevant now. Wow. The assassination is a fact. The reason is me. Figuring out what's really going on with this world and acquiring more spiritual domains is what I need to do now. Subai instructed Chongqing Captain Xiao lead us to Li Zhengqing. He replied, "Yes, Lord Subai." The zombies tried to approach them, and he grew annoyed. Ugh, these starving dead just don't quit. How troublesome. The Netherbone Yin Monarch appeared again, cursing. "You blind beasts, you dare not kneel before the Master." Hearing this, the horde of zombies dropped to their knees, parting to create a path for them. A soldier whispered. Before, when Captain Xiao said he could take on 100 men alone, I didn't believe it. 1 man against 100, what the heck? But these starving dead just kneeled in submission. This kid is terrifying. It's like he has a game system, zombie command skill. Jingya marveled, this young man's power is extraordinary. He summoned a golden phoenix and can even absorb and control souls. In times like these, could he become a new hero? A luxurious door was shut tight. Yun Bing shouted, "What did you say?" The Netherbone Yin Monarch was killed. How is that possible? An image from the battle appeared before him. Master, I am certain this lowly one wouldn't dare report falsely. Here are some images from the scene. Yun Bing's expression turned grim. A celestial avatar. The wind chant soared. He clenched the paper. It seems Master has also come to this world, and his progress is even faster than mine. I must find my junior sisters quickly. Yun Bing's spirit spoke coldly. I recognize him. Mobilize all of our forces. Kill him the moment he enters the containment zone. If you fail, then kill everyone inside the containment zone. Haojai replied, understood. The horde of zombies outside grew larger, and people began to talk amongst themselves. There's a horde of dried-up corpses out there. What do we do? Don't worry, I have the location of the spirit cave. They'll need it too. A man shouted. Look, someone's here to save us. Old Li, your daughter is here too. A woman exclaimed, they're ability users. They're so powerful, even the zombies are kneeling before them. A strange light appeared in the sky. Wanqiu pointed up. Mr. Subai, be careful. A metal spinning top shot towards them. The Netherbone Yin Monarch appeared. Master, do not fear. Leave this to your subordinate. It blocked the metal top. A Jiangshi suddenly lunged forward. Its eyes were ice cold. Netherbone Yin Monarch, you're not dead, and you've even turned traitor, it said condescendingly. This Litterpedia Apocalypse manga just keeps getting more intense. Don't waste my time. He is my new lord. If you know what's good for you, get out of my way. The Jiangshi was arrogant and utterly shameless. You think you're worthy of ordering me around? He waved his hand and commanded, attack. The Lord has promised that if we kill them, there will be a great reward. Subai's move against the Blood Jiangshi was the same one he used on the Netherbone Yin Monarch, appearing to be at the Golden Core realm, but in reality, it was only at the peak of Foundation establishment. Tell Lin Wanqiu to watch closely. Subai swung his sword a move called Phoenix Cry. She mumbled, Phoenix, Phoenix Cry. It feels so familiar, Wanqiu thought to herself, but why can't I seem to remember anything about it? The Jiangshi stood motionless, its divine essence completely frozen. The Netherbone Yin Monarch thought to himself, looks like I don't even need to make a move. A mid-stage Foundation establishment cultivator, armed with the Phoenix Cry, could already kill a peak Foundation establishment expert. Subai commanded Old Ming, he's all yours. He replied, understood. The Netherbone Yin Monarch's eyes lit up brilliantly. This was an unexpected gift, thank you, my lord, for this opportunity. He swung his iron staff. Let me personally eliminate this small fry. The Jiangshi had no time to react. Whoa, don't, Brother Ming, wait. He gaped in terror. The system interface appeared congratulations to the host for defeating a commander-level creature. Experience points increased. This felt just like... He mused, oh, my experience points went up, but I didn't level up. The level 4 10,000 souls banner could still only control one boss-level spirit. Oh well. Subai turned and said, Old Ming, I'll leave the golden body of this Blood Jiangshi for you to handle. The Netherbone Yin Monarch was stunned. Really? Subai said gently. I hope it can help you break through to the next level. He bowed his head. This subordinate thanks the Lord for his grace. I would jump into boiling oil and die 1,000 times for you without hesitation. The Netherbone Yin Monarch gloated. Oh, Blood Jiangshi. Blood Jiangshi. It's a good thing I pledged my loyalty to Lord Subai, otherwise I would have been the one on the menu. He felt the power surge. My lord, after consuming it, my strength has stabilized in the Golden Core realm. Now even if I faced 10 Blood Jiangshi, I could take them all on. The man was overjoyed. They took down that blood fiend with a single move. We're saved. We're saved. This young man is the most powerful ability user I've ever seen. Suddenly, a monster appeared above them, and an atmosphere of fear enveloped everyone. Its talons shattered the glass window, revealing a skeletal monster, a majestic winged Birdman. The Netherbone Yin Monarch shouted, My lord, be careful, Subai observed it. This Birdman was a true Golden Core realm entity, a creature straight out of an Isekai zombie Manhwa. The spiritual energy within it was incredibly abundant. If I can kill it, I'll definitely break through to the peak of Foundation establishment. This was a classic game system zombie opportunity. The 10,000 souls banner could definitely break through to level 5. The people in the building were terrified. It's that horrifying Bone Birdman we're done for. We're definitely dead this time. Even if that young man killed the Blood Fiend, he'll be powerless against this mutated Bone Birdman. Wanqiu was terrified. The special ability squad that came to rescue us before, they were killing zombies like they were chickens. But after this Birdman appeared, they were instantly annihilated. Wanqiu was terrified. In less than 5 seconds, all 12 ability users were wiped out without any chance to fight back. She trembled. It's over. We're really done for. Zheng Hao remained calm. Everyone please hold on a little longer. We need to have faith in the kid next to Ya Jing, Hao Ji said smugly. My lord, let me go kill it. I refuse to believe I can't defeat it. Just let me kill it and show you. This was the kind of power progression This aberrant Bone Birdman, a Golden Core realm monster, can create up to 5 clones and has other special abilities. Let's see how you deal with that. The Birdman taunted him. Look at that mid-level Foundation establishment cultivator. His flesh and blood smell so delicious. Today, you will become my meal. It spread its wings wide, and the Birdman manifested a vibrant, illusory landscape as it roared. Jingya and Wanqiu dropped to the ground, covering their ears from its unbearable shriek. The skeletal Yin sovereign warned, "My lord, this Birdman is Su Haoji's puppet, and its power is immense. That shriek was just its battle cry, and it also has a venomous fluid, razor-sharp talons, impenetrable defenses, and immense strength." Subai tensed up. Although the sound didn't cause him physical pain like it did Lin Wanqiu, his internal energy was being suppressed. If those other clones attacked now, this would get incredibly complicated.
He shouted, "Old Ming, you handle this one, take him down." The skeletal Yin sovereign replied, "My lord,
"I will give it my all." He charged at the Birdman, which quickly dodged and launched a volley of feathers like throwing knives. Subai's attention was on the pink Birdman flying towards him as he took his stance. Wind chant sword. Second form. Subai swung his blade, unleashing a gale of sand and sword light. The creature spun, deflecting the attack with its wings and landing a counterblow that injured him. Subai staggered back. "This sonic wave is this powerful. It's affecting my speed and precision. A classic debuff you'd see in a light RPG apocalypse manga. My power level has dropped below even an early-stage Foundation establishment cultivator. I can't risk overusing my heaven and earth avatar now. Using it repeatedly in a short period would damage my soul." Subai gritted his teeth, thinking I was once the great Emperor Venerable, who conquered demon kings. This is a classic reincarnation survival manhwa plot. A mere Birdman should be nothing. I just need to nullify this sonic wave's effect, restore my strength, and use the power of the wind silver sword to find an opening. He gripped his fan tightly as the spirit of the dead and the snake demon charged forward. Subai gave the command. The battle was incredibly tense. The Birdman attacked from behind, letting out a piercing shriek, trying to counter the sonic attack. "You think that's enough?" the skeletal Yin sovereign taunted. "Hey, Birdbrain, aren't you supposed to be Su Haoji's trump card? Is this all you've got?" The Birdman raged. "You're a spent force, and you still dare to run your mouth. Even if you broke through to the Golden Core realm, you'd still be nothing." Jing Yawanqiu and Chongqing were still on the ground clutching their... One of them said, "Just one scream and everyone is paralyzed. He's going to lose. This whole setup is like a twisted cultivation system webtoon. How can anyone fight against this? It's over. We're all going to die here." Meanwhile, Haoji watched with glee. "My master said I couldn't kill him. He has no power left to resist at all. Let my aberrant bone Birdman torture him, and let him savor a slow death."
Zheng Hao yelled, "Young man, stop fighting. You can't win. Just run. I'm begging you. Get Jingya out of here."
Subai was on edge. Are they really going to force me to use that technique? Suddenly, a piece of dry wood flew out of nowhere, smacking the Birdman right in the head. From above, the Spirit King appeared. "You're all making too much noise." She brought her staff down hard on its head. Jingya cheered. "Hey, it's great. My head doesn't hurt anymore," Wanqiu asked. "Was that Brother Su?" Chongqing replied, "No, it's a girl." She and the others couldn't help but marvel at how cool she was, with her ice-cold expression and powerful aura. Subai walked over. "Thanks," she replied coolly. "Kill the enemy first. When this is over, let me borrow that thing in your hand for a bit." The skeletal Yin sovereign roared,
"Damn Birdman, not so tough now, are you?" as he swung his iron club.
"Kill them all for me." The blazing red sword sliced the Birdman in two. Subai retracted the azure sword and the sonic waves died down. "These Birdmen are so weak they can't even take a single hit," Haoji said worriedly. "The one with the staff is the Qi King Fu Yingyun."
"Why is she here? Fine, we'll just follow the master's orders and slaughter everyone in the warehouse."
The remaining Birdmen were stunned. Who is that staff wielder? Where did he even come from? It's just the two of us now. The master's orders were clear: if we can't kill him, then slaughter everyone in the warehouse. The woman was overjoyed at being rescued. The man was ecstatic, thanking the heavens and that young man. Zheng Hao declared, "Now nothing can stop us from surviving this hellscape that feels like an Isekai zombie manhwa." The two Birdmen charged towards the building. Jing Ya cried out in fear, "Oh no!"
"Their target is the warehouse. Please save my father," Subai thought to himself. "Li Jingya's father has information about the spirit stones."
"He cannot be allowed to die." He commanded Old Ming intercept them. The Netherbone sovereign wound up swinging his iron staff. You Birdmen aren't going anywhere. But he missed. The Birdman burst into the room, sending everyone into a panic, screaming, "Help us!" It's spitting out some kind of green gas. The Birdman cackled. Get a taste of my absolute poison. Zheng Hao, gasping for air, managed to call out, "Jingya, Jingya!" She rushed forward in a panic. "Father! Father!" But Wan Qiu held her back. "Sister Jingya, if you go in there and inhale that toxic smoke, you'll die too." She trembled, whispering, "Father." Jingya gritted her teeth. "Father." She clenched her fists and a purple aura enveloped her, a classic power-up scene from a Cultivation system webtoon. As Jingya's power surged, the Qi King thought to himself, "Oh, is she about to awaken her powers?" But it looks like she can't handle the strain of this awakening. Her aura is in complete chaos. I fear she's going to explode from the pressure. Subai's expression turned serious. He never imagined she would awaken this particular ability, a rare power, even in a He caught Jingya as she stumbled. "It's just a chaotic aura. I am the immortal emperor of the celestial realm. I've had countless disciples under my command. This kind of thing is a daily occurrence for me. A simple touch is all it takes." Subai raised the banana leaf fan, and as it began to glow, he touched her shoulder. "With the proper guidance, one can achieve twice the results with half the effort." Wan Qiu watched, thinking to herself that this scene felt incredibly familiar. She recalled a memory. "Master, why?" Wan Qiu bit her lip, a pang of jealousy striking her as Jingya's body was gently lowered to the ground. Subai spoke coolly. "Miss Li, now's the time to test your new skills. Give that bastard a lesson he won't forget." Hearing this, the Birdman roared in anger. "Are you trying to bluff me? Let's see you stop me." With that, it turned to fly away. Jingya watched it flee and declared angrily, "Your wings are broken. You are falling to the ground." The moment she spoke, it was as if an electric current shot through the Birdman's body. It went completely still and plummeted to the earth. "What's going on? Why can't I move my wings anymore?" The other three stared, their eyes wide with disbelief. What kind of overpowered ability is this? It's like something out of a light RPG apocalypse manga. She only spoke a single sentence and it actually happened. Could her power be? She didn't deny it. "That's right. My ability is that my words become reality." Jingya glanced towards Subai. "My word is law. My word is reality. Of course, it was only thanks to Mr. Su's guidance that I was able to master this ability." He pointed his weapon forward and commanded, "Old Ming, finish that Birdman." "Miss Li, hurry and save your father." They both nodded. The Netherbone sovereign raised his massive club high into the air. He brought it crashing down on the Birdman's body, which was as helpless as a mob in a game system zombie world. "This is the true power of my golden core realm." Seizing the opportunity, the soul-sealing fan shot out chains from its maw, binding the bird person so it couldn't move. Haoji was shocked, thinking to himself, "Holy crap. This guy's the real deal, taking down a strange bone bird person like it's nothing." But it's a good thing the people in the warehouse are probably all dead. So the mission isn't considered a failure. The system panel flashed to life, a classic feature in any game system zombie world. Congratulations, host, for eliminating a commander-level 10,000 soul banner upgraded. Current Realm Foundation establishment. This was straight out of a Cultivation system webtoon. 10,000 soul banner level 5. Number of dragon glory level bosses that can be controlled 2. Number of normal spirits that can be controlled 30. The bird person spoke resentfully. "A mighty strange bone bird have been captured in a soul banner of all things, the nether bone." "Yin." Monarch scoffed coldly. "You should consider yourself lucky to become a soul in the master's banner. Serve him well." Subai's gaze was cold as he asked, "Is there an antidote for that poison?" The bird person scoffed dismissively. The nether bone Yin monarch angrily smacked it on the head. "Scoff at me, will you? The master asked you a question, so you better answer. You dare scoff again, and I'll dismantle you bone by bone." The bird person clutched its head in pain. "I'll suck the poison out. The toxin will naturally dissipate." The sound of hurried footsteps echoed up the stairs as Jingya rushed into the room, her face etched with worry. She used her power, shouting loudly to draw the poison out of Li Zhenghao's body. Having done so, Jingya watched Zhenghao's reaction intently. Suddenly, a wave of nausea overwhelmed her. Jingya couldn't bear it and collapsed, coughing up blood. Subai approached to explain. The ability "what is spoken becomes truth" is incredibly powerful and versatile, but it demands an immense amount of spiritual energy and personal strength. Overusing it can lead to a coma in mild cases, but severe cases can result in damage to the spinal cord and bones, or even death. You're lucky you only coughed up blood this time. In a brutal reincarnation survival manhwa like this, pushing yourself like that again will cost you your life. He looked at the bird person and ordered, "You do it. If he dies, you'll disappear along with him." It flew out in fear. "Yes, yes, yes, I'll do it right away." A cloud of poisonous smoke flew out of Zheng Hao's mouth. The bird person sucked out the poison while pinching its own nose. It pointed and said, "The toxin has been in his system for too long. I can save his life, but there's no telling when he'll wake up." Jingya looked on worriedly. "Father, he's not waking up, and we still don't know where the spirit stones are." "So what do we do now?" Wan Qiusha approached and said, "Master, Brother Subai, I can sense a potential energy within Mr. Li." She blushed and covered her mouth. "That's strange. Why do I keep unconsciously calling you Master lately? What exactly is our relationship, Brother Subai?" He sat down, taking Zheng Hao's hands. "High grade, in a world without spiritual energy, a setting you'd to think there's a high-grade spirit stone." Subai gave the spirit stone to Wan Qiu. "Lin Wan Qiu, take this and see if you get a reaction." She took it as ordered, closing her eyes to sense its energy. After a moment, Wan Qiu's eyes snapped open and she pointed in a specific direction. "Brother Subai, I'm getting a reaction." The stone came from that direction, about 20 to 30 miles from here. Hearing this, he started to leave. "Let's go, we're heading east." Jingya suddenly spoke up. "Mr. Subai, I have to take care of my father. Please forgive me for not being able to go with you." Suddenly, the Qi King raised a hand to stop him. "Wait. You're Subai, right? You remember what I just said, don't you?" He replied. "You wanted to borrow the item in my hand for a bit." She nodded. "That's right." Without hesitation, Subai tossed the soul-sealing fan over. "Take it." The Qi King caught it easily. She thought to herself, asking to borrow his weapon in a world that feels like a lit TRP, and yet he's completely unguarded. I can drain the spiritual energy from weapons to boost my own strength. The spirit monarch smirked. "Oh well, I'll just absorb it first and deal with the consequences later." She gripped the fan tightly and began to absorb its energy. The spirit monarch's eyes shot open in shock as her entire body collapsed to the ground. She was stunned. "How can this be? My ability is completely ineffective against it, and I'm even getting backlash." Subai, standing behind her, spoke coolly. "Why don't you give this one a try next?" She straightened up and handed the fan back to him. "Your weapons are truly bizarre, Mr. Su, and incredibly powerful." The spirit monarch thought to herself, he just used this sword to slice through the mutant bone bird. It's clearly not some common weapon, and now he's just handing it over. Is he really that confident? With that thought, she snatched the sword from him. "Forget it. I refuse to believe it's this ridiculously overpowered." The spirit monarch wasted no time trying to sense its power, only for an image of a bird engulfed in flames to appear in her mind. She couldn't handle the pressure and fell to her knees, coughing up blood. What kind of monstrous weapons does this guy have? First it was countless souls and now a divine phoenix. Just who is he? What kind of ability does he possess? Subai smirked at the spirit monarch. This woman's skill is likely absorbing the souls from weapons, which would be a fairly common ability in that other world. But too bad for her, the Phoenix Cry Sword is a divine artifact, and the Myriad Soul Banner is a product of the system and existence that transcends even divine artifacts. This is a top. Besides, she's only at the peak of the Foundation establishment realm. She quickly handed the sword back to him. "Mr. Su, your divine weapons are truly on another level." Subai made an offer. "Join me and all the weapons we find on our journey will be yours." The spirit monarch was taken aback. "For real?" She happily started walking ahead. "You've got a deal." The Birdman spirit snorted coldly. "You sly devil, you even managed to backlash and steal that girl's spiritual energy." The Netherbone Yin Lord laughed loudly. "Everything I do is for our master. You should watch and learn." It then happily reported, "Master, I managed to siphon some spiritual energy from that girl for you. It should help you break through. Subai smiled. I appreciate the gesture. From now on, any spiritual wraiths we find, I'll let you feast on them. Subai glanced at the fan, thinking to himself that with his high-level foundation establishment, he could already take. Now that I've broken through to an even higher level, I won't have to fear even those in the Golden Core realm. Arriving at the Evergreen base, he spoke up. Captain Xiao, this is where we part ways. The captain smiled in response. Don't worry, Lord Subai. We will absolutely protect Teacher Li and the remaining survivors. The scene shifts to a bridge where a group of people is in a desperate struggle. Master, what should we do? We can't break out. A horde of zombies swarmed a man, tearing him to pieces as he screamed for help in this brutal Isekai zombie manhwa. Old Wu Uncle Wu, the G family fought for 5 years to become the richest family only to face this LTRPG apocalypse manga ending. Someone. Anyone save the G family. I'll even give you my daughter's hand in marriage. In the distance, a figure was seen flying towards them. With just a few slashes of a sword, the figure decapitated every single game system zombie nearby. The survivors were ecstatic. Master, it's an incredibly powerful ability user. He's like a god of war. This is amazing. We're saved. We're actually saved. Yunbing approached and called out, Fei Shui, it's been a while. Have you been well? The old man next to her asked in surprise. Shuier, do you know him? Fei Shui answered with uncertainty. No, I don't. But why does he feel so strangely familiar? The man stepped closer and touched her forehead. Little Shui, you're my beloved junior sister after all. Fei Shui repeated the words, junior sister. Suddenly, she was struck by a memory of Subai's terrifying face. A classic Phi Tweet's eyes widened in fear as she screamed. Her master bowed his head and muttered. Her senior brother seemed overjoyed, laughing loudly, realizing she had remembered everything. Van Bin gave a faint smile. Little Tweet, congratulations. Your memories and your abilities have both been restored. Next, it's time to deal with more important matters. She raised her hand to the sky, flicking out numerous coins which quickly formed a barrier. Father, this is where we part ways for now. I have to go out with my senior brother. Don't leave the space protected by the coins. The zombies can't get in. Her feet landed on a barren stone. Phi Tweet spread her arms out in bliss. The air here might be murky, but compared to being underground, it was a breath of fresh air. Van Bin reminded her from the side now. Is not the time for nostalgia if they don't eliminate their master. This world, like something out of a grim reincarnation survival manhwa, will only. She laughed coldly. Master, the master I respected and loved, why would you do this if you're not dead yet? Then my senior brother and I will have to eliminate our own kin for the greater good again, he suggested. Master is now heading to the spirit grotto. We must be faster and get the spirit stone first, then kill him. The scene shifts to a tall building where Hao Kiet was standing. The mission failed, but in my eyes the word failure has never existed. As long as I can kill Subak, the master will give us that thing, and I can finally return to my own world, escaping this Isekai zombie manhwa nightmare. A man struggled, begging Subak's group for his life as they passed by. Ability users, save me. I'm begging you, please save us. Uyenthu tugged at his arm and asked, Brother Subak, are we really not going to save them? The Chi King spoke up. Naive, you can't save them all. In a world straight out of a lit RPG apocalypse manga, she stopped pointing. Brother Subak? Another 10 miles and we'll reach the source of that rock. Hearing the order, he sped up to prevent any unforeseen incidents. Uyenthu's face grew worried. Brother Subak, a massive life force is approaching. In the distance, Hao Kiet was riding a horse, dragging a trail of dried skeletons behind him. As he got closer, he raised a hand, signaling his horse to stop. Hello, Brother Subak. You slaughtered my 3 great generals, and now you plan to just walk away like that. I don't think so. Subak's brows furrowed tightly. The Netherbone Yin Monarch and the other creature were stunned. We're done for, it's the Lord. I can't believe he's making a move himself. What Lord? Our only Lord now is Lord Subak. Hearing this, he gave a faint smile. What, are you scared? The winged man hurriedly replied, No, my lord, just give the order. He began to issue commands, telling them to go scout out the situation. How Keat laughed with a contemptuous look on his face. You don't know your own limits. His icy gaze locked onto the netherbone Yin Monarch and the other as they charged forward. Have you forgotten my soul-shattering sea of screams? You still dare to draw your weapons against me? Subak shouted a warning. This guy's spiritual power is terrifying. He can cause mental interference. Everyone cover your ears. The Chi King charged forward, retorting. What's the big deal? Eat my staff? How Keat sneered, using his spiritual power. How can such a beautiful woman be so crude? Her face twisted in fear, and in an instant, the Chi King's entire body collapsed. This felt like a boss from a Cultivation system webtoon. She clutched her face, sobbing uncontrollably. Mom, no, Mom. Subak narrowed his eyes and asked slowly. Old Min. He can create illusions too. The netherbone Yin Monarch replied, My lord, his entire being is a domain of mental control, like a high-level game system zombie boss. His voice, his gaze, even every single pore on his skin. Hearing this, he couldn't help but be impressed. Mind control is a formidable ability, a classic power in any cultivation system webtoon, but blocking it isn't that difficult. As he spoke, Tabak's hands became fluid. He shut his eyes tightly, focusing his mind as a surge of power flowed into his arms. Seeing this, the man spoke with a contemptuous look. Are you trying to block all your bodily senses? Then what will you use to fight without hesitation? Tabak launched an attack thinking, worry about yourself. The force from the slash caused his opponent's horse to lose control. The man narrowed his eyes, his face clearly showing surprise. How Keat burst out laughing heartily. You can't beat me. I've seen those tricks before. They're nothing special. Besides, do you really think that by blocking all my senses I'll become helpless? He raised his hand, ordering the skeletons behind him to form up a classic move from a game system zombie scenario. The skeletons immediately ran to encircle Tubak's group. She leaned against the crying Chi King, terrified. After a moment, they clung to each other, whispering, Oh, dear mother. The netherbone Yin Lord spoke with a worried tone. My lord, we've entered his territory. He has prepared this area in advance. It's impossible to avoid his mental control. Suddenly, his eyes flew open, filled with astonishment and shock. The scene before him was of Tabak's disciples. The group of 5 called out in unison, Master! Seeing that Tabak had fallen into the illusion, he laughed triumphantly. Tabak, even with your extraordinary strength, you're bound to fail against me. Now I'd like to see what exactly is in your illusionary realm. Inside the illusion, he saw an image of Tabak diligently teaching his disciples. Tabak walked over to 2 of them to give pointers. Every single detail must be perfected. A hair's breadth of error leads to a mile of deviation. Yes, master. The man's face showed utter shock. What this is my lord. My lord is Tabak's disciple. Just who in the world is Tabak? Why would my lord want to kill his own master? He suddenly turned to look at How Keat with a chilling gaze. He smirked, his voice laced with meaning. Have you seen enough? So you're just Shen Yunping's lackey. The man was completely stunned. You have independent consciousness. Tabak didn't answer, merely scoffing. He drew a sword enveloped in a powerful aura. Wind Chant Sword, 3rd form. Tabak slashed down forcefully, shattering the illusionary realm, breaking the mirror within the mirror. He spoke each word carrying an invisible pressure. Did you think I was just swinging my sword aimlessly? I wasn't attacking you, but your illusionary realm. The tip of Tabak's sword quickly aimed straight at him. Tabak began to probe. You've targeted me multiple times. Was it all just for Shen Yunping? He thought to himself. So everything that's happened was orchestrated by Shen Yunping. Shen Yunping, I treated you like my own child, yet you secretly conspired to betray my best student. This whole betrayal feels like a plot twist from a dark LTRPG apocalypse manga. 2 skeletons attacked him from behind. Tabak casually slashed them away, and seizing the opportunity, the man fled while laughing loudly. So what if you broke my illusionary realm? You still can't catch me. How Keat ran a good distance away, maintained his space, and then stopped. He took out a fan. I don't just rely on illusions to dominate the world, How Keat said with great excitement. Killing my lord's master. It's like a mission from an Isekai zombie manhwa. Just the thought of it is thrilling. Subai smirked. Old Ming, have you figured out his weakness yet? The Yinbone sovereign nodded. Understood. His gaze turned terrifyingly cold. Very well. His soul is all yours. With that said, he unleashed the Yin Bone Spirit Lord and the Birdman. Haojai jumped back, throwing a dart forward and shouting, "You think the likes of you can fight me? Go train for another 100 years. It blocked the darts, retorting to Su Haoji without a hint of modesty. You dare look down on me? This isn't some Isekai zombie manhwa where the minions are just fodder. The Birdman flapped its wings to dodge the darts. You need to look at me with fresh eyes. He had a look of utter shock, this aura. At the same time, both the Birdman and the Spirit Lord charged toward Haoji. Take this. He was stunned. Skull King, could it be? You've already broken through to the Golden Core realm. How is that possible? The Birdman laughed gleefully, following our new master. We get to eat 6 meals a day. What's so strange about reaching the Golden Core? The two of them charged in to attack him. Surrender. Su Haoji, you're no match for our master, are you? He sneered contemptuously. Insolent fools, I have a treasured artifact in my hands. It won't be so easy for you to kill me. Haojai's face was etched with cold fury as the battle grew breathtakingly tense. He unleashed a move that sent the Birdman and the Yin Bone Spirit Lord flying. Get lost. He was both angry and anxious. Damn it, I'll concede this time, just you wait. The Chi King launched a surprise attack from behind as he tried to leave. She struck Haoji's hand, causing his weapon to fall. His fan spun a few times before landing in the Chi King's hand. She began absorbing power from Haoji's fan. Her face showed satisfaction as she received this new strength, then threw the fan to the ground. Haoji was stunned. My fan. Why isn't it reacting at all anymore? She paid no mind to Haoji's words, immediately launching an attack he couldn't defend against. Die. The Chi King turned around, smiled faintly, and said, Subai, thank you for your treasured fan. It's excellent. The Yin Bone Spirit Lord and the Birdman rushed, swinging its staff forward. Time to die. A stream of green energy was absorbed by it. Its master, I'm about to imprison your soul. The Birdman was displeased. You old fox trying to steal my share. You already ate, didn't you? The Yin Bone Spirit Lord retorted. Get lost? You just got here and you're already trying to butt in. The two charged at each other, taunting. Let me go first, or I'll cut you down. What are you yapping about? Come and get me if you've got the guts. Subai interjected. You two can each have half. Seeing this, the two of them bowed respectfully. Yes, the Birdman and the Yin Bone Spirit Lord were secretly surprised, thinking to themselves, how did the master know I understood Su Haojai's weakness so well? This new master is much smarter than Su Haoji, like the protagonist of a reincarnation survival manhwa. I'd better just behave. The two of them began to absorb the power, their eyes lighting up as they took in the new strength. This tastes so good, I feel like I'm vaguely touching the mid-stage Golden Core realm. Truly, the taste is absolutely divine. The Birdman and the Yin Bone Spirit Lord knelt down to express their gratitude to him. Master Su Haoji's spiritual power is truly abundant. We subordinates can't bear to monopolize it. We wish to offer it to you. Me too. Me too. Subai was grateful. Thank you. The system, like a game system zombie interface, prompted current Realm Foundation establishment. Peak 10,000 souls banner, level number of controllable boss level spirits, 2 out of 2, number of controllable common spirits, 0 out of 30. This whole minion setup felt like a lit TRPG, thinking to himself, oh, the 10,000 souls banner didn't level up, but my realm increased quite a bit. This is better than any cultivation system Webtoon. I just need... Besides, now that I've broken through to the Foundation Establishment peak, I can also continue exploring my sea of consciousness. A flicker of shock crossed his eyes. The endless mountain range looked like a scene from an Isekai zombie manhwa. He never expected to actually touch it. Amazing, a voice called out, Senior brother, is this the place? The figures of a man and a woman appeared. I can feel the spiritual energy inside is incredibly dense. Let's hurry, and any delay could cause trouble. Van Bin's expression soured. That brat to Haokit seems to have lost all signs of life, acting on his own, costing me another great general. Master, are you still as formidable as ever? As the two ventured deeper, they saw jagged cave walls studded with brilliantly glowing crystal stones. Van Bin chatted as they walked. They were all harvesting spirit stones from the walls, unaware of the core of this spirit cave. Before them was a massive blue rock, illuminating the entire area. It was a spirit spring, Tweet exclaimed. The spirit spring is so potent, this is like something straight out of a cultivation system webtoon. He replied, I have 3 leads on spirit caves like this one. Tuyet's gaze sharpened as if she sensed something, casting a cold glance behind her. She said to Van Bin, Senior brother, it seems someone has arrived outside. He replied, It's fine. Have you forgotten that illusions are my specialty? Van Bin raised his hand with a sinister laugh as sounds of an argument erupted from behind them. Hey, you dare steal my spirit stone. You're lying. You clearly stole it from me. You want to die. In front of the cave were 3 familiar figures. Uyen Thu pointed towards the entrance and spoke. Tabak is right inside. The spiritual energy is very dense. He peered inside, and all 3 of them decided to enter the cave. The trio proceeded into the cavern. Uyen Thu seemed to sense something. The walls were all pockmarked with holes where spirit stones used to be. But all the spirit stones have been taken. Yet, the spiritual energy inside this cave is still incredibly thick. Hearing her words, Tabak replied, There's probably a spirit spring. Uyen Thu lead us in the direction with the densest spiritual energy. She immediately replied, Yes, Mr. Tobak. She looked thoughtful. A spirit spring, what's that? But from his expression, it must be something good. Junan and Minkot. Amquan were overjoyed. A spirit spring. Oh my god, this time we'll definitely level up 2 minor realms in a row. Ever since meeting the master, good things just keep happening. From a distance, 2 people were fighting. Dong Thuai and Thiet Tai were trading blows, fighting over something. That divine weapon is mine. Don't you dare fight me for it. The divine staff is mine. This damn bastard. She recognized them as Thiet Tai and Dong Thuai. She seemed to know them well, Thiet Tai, Dong Thuai. Some of the first people to become ability users like characters straight out of a light RPG Apocalypse manga. Just like their names suggest, their limbs are like indestructible steel. 2 weeks ago, even a rocket-propelled grenade couldn't scratch them 1 bit. Tabak frowned in thought. The rescue team only had guns and bullets, but that's enough to deal with a Foundation establishment cultivator. A rocket-propelled grenade sounds much more powerful, he said. Then the cultivation level of those 2 must be higher than mine. Their power is like something out of a game system zombie story. Uyen Thu pointed at a dry twig. Are they talking about that stick? It's just an ordinary piece of wood, yet they're fighting over it like that. She added, those 2 have clearly fallen into an illusion, and to be able to trap both of them in an illusion. I wonder which master is responsible for this, Uyen Thu called out, pointing deeper into the cave. Mr. Tobak, the spiritual power inside is dense. She seemed to feel something, but I feel like that aura is a bit familiar. Tabak was surprised. A bit familiar. A satisfied look appeared on his face. A classic moment in any reincarnation. Survival. Manhwa, the one absorbing the spirit spring inside, was his own treacherous disciple. Meanwhile, Iron Arm and Bronze Leg were still locked in combat. Hey, having people this close is really bugging me. How about we just get rid of them? Sounds like a plan. At the same time, they both charged forward. The Chi King wore a triumphant expression. After absorbing the treasure fan earlier, her power was surging with no outlet. Leave those 2 to me. She leaped forward, and the 3 of them clashed in a fierce exchange of swift blows. Iron Arm caught her staff. A look of delight crossed his face. This girl has some real power, like a character straight out of a cultivation system webtoon. Using a staff like this, you must be the Chi King. He laughed mockingly. But it's only a little bit of power. At that exact moment, Bronze Leg leaped in front of her, unleashing a kick that sent the Chi King flying. Her face contorted in pain as she thought to herself, that kick actually shattered my meridians. Their growth rate is insane, even faster than mine. It's like they're in some kind of light RPG Apocalypse manga. Subai quickly caught her. He commanded in a loud voice, I'll treat her injuries. You 2 deal with them. At the same time, Birdman and the Netherbone Yin Lord charged forward. The clash of steel fists echoed as the battle exploded. He parried the Netherbone Yin Lord's attack, and the fight grew increasingly intense. He was now holding the Chi King, removing her outer garments. Subai warned her, I'm going to restore your meridians. It might hurt a little, so try to bear with it. After saying this, Subai activated his technique and a stream of green light appeared. He placed his hand on the Chi King's abdomen. She felt a surge of power that caused her immense pain. But she could also feel an incredibly pure spiritual energy. It was so warm and comforting. Her meridians were being repaired. Just what kind of divine being is he? His healing is on another level. Something you'd only see in a Mr. Subai, you're getting close with another woman again. Wankyo watched the two of them from afar, silently wondering when it would be her turn. Meanwhile, the battle grew more intense, and Iron Arm shouted in frustration. "This damn bird is too noisy, Bronze Leg, kill it." He stomped his foot, cracking the very ground beneath him. He launched a swift kick toward the Birdman. Iron Arm readied his fist with a gleeful expression. "Now die quietly." Iron Arm threw a punch that sent the Netherbone Yin Lord flying. He thought to himself in amazement, this kid's strength is incredible. I can't even fight back. After taking the kick from Bronze Leg, the Birdman couldn't stay airborne and plummeted. Using the momentum, Bronze Leg kicked down again, shattering the Birdman's bones. The Birdman was stunned. Are all ability users this strong? It feels like I'm fighting a boss from a game system zombie world. Iron Arm's punch was so fast and powerful that the Netherbone Yin, the sound of the old skeleton's joints cracking, echoed. On Bronze Leg's side, the battle was no less intense as he shouted, "You can't hit me, I have wings." Meanwhile, deep inside the cave, Yunbing and Fei Shui were soaking in the spirit spring. Fei Hu exclaimed, "Senior brother, there's a huge fight going on outside, and something about it feels very familiar." He replied with a smug, sarcastic grin. "It's our beloved master." Fei Shui chuckled softly. "It's master, you say? Then we must break through quickly. This is our chance." Back on the battlefield, Subai swung the treasure fan high, unleashing a wave of blue energy. Birdman and the Netherbone Yin Lord were thrown backward, crying out in pain. The two of them leaned against the wall, exhausted. "Master, it's hopeless. This isn't some Isekai zombie Manhwa where we get a lucky break. Master, maybe we should just run for it." Iron Arm stepped forward arrogantly. "Ki King, you've fallen so far, ending up in such a pathetic state." He continued to taunt her. "What more do you have to say for yourself?" "Kill them all for me." The Chi King cowered behind him, his voice pleading. "Subai, we have to run. Their power levels have skyrocketed to an unfathomable..." He launched a kick toward Subai's sword. "You think a mere sword can stop me? One kick is all it takes to snap it." The sharp sword sliced clean through his foot, leaving Dong Tui wide-eyed in astonishment. He let out a blood-curdling scream of pain. "My leg!" Tai Bi was just as stunned. How is this possible?" The two of them couldn't hide their shock, their eyes gleaming. "My lord, that treasured sword is a divine artifact. Even if he had a body of steel, he'd still be wounded. Our lord is mighty." Dong Tui hastily tried to flee. "I surrender, but if I want to run..." "Oh, no one can stop me," he sneered, holding a rope in his hand. "Is that so?" Subai flicked his wrist and a long cord shot out, wrapping around him. The binding wrapped tightly around Dong Tui, throwing him to the ground. It was cinched so securely that he had no way to escape. Nearby, Tai Bi couldn't help but be shocked, thinking to himself, "Damn it all, what the hell is this? It's like we've been dropped into some brutal Isekai." The Chi King marveled. His leg strength must be in the range of several tons, yet he can't even break a single thread. It's like a boss from a game system zombie world getting nerfed. He tensed his muscles, pulling the cord taut. The rope only tightened further, causing Dong Tui even more agony. Subai began to taunt him. "This is the rope I use to tie up my ox. Using it on you today is actually a bargain for you." The Chi King was puzzled. What kind of ox needs a rope like this to be tied down? He was flabbergasted. Is he kidding? Wankyo thought to herself, a heaven-piercing savage bull. A divine pet at the tribulation transcendence realm. This is an immortal binding rope. This whole scenario feels like a cultivation system webtoon. What in the world is happening? Unwilling to submit, he roared, "If you've got the guts, take this stupid rope off me, and let's have a proper fight." Something seemed to snap. Subai called out, "Old Ming, you Birdman, devour his soul." The two of them shot towards the blue light. "We are powerless. We beg our lord to deliver the final blow." Following our Lord was the greatest decision of my entire life. Shut up. Don't be embarrassing. I was supposed to say that line, then both of them consumed the stream of power. He possesses a soul that's nearly at the golden core realm. So delicious. Following our new Lord, we can eat 8 meals a day. The Chi King glanced at him, filled with admiration. Just what kind of ability did Subai unlock? How did he get this strong? His eyes went wide with astonishment, unable to hide his fear. This is classic reincarnation. That rope is just too overpowered, and the sword in his hand is bizarre. There's no winning this, absolutely no way to win. Tai Bi approached him. He knelt down, clasping his hands together, in a show of respect. I was blind and failed to recognize a master. Please forgive me. The heaven-reaching staff that Dong Tui and I were fighting over, I now present it to you. Subai just gave him a sideways glance and replied, I actually preferred your arrogant and defiant attitude more. When Tiebi turned back, he saw it wasn't the heaven-reaching staff, but just a dry twig. He roared in frustration, This is my heaven-reaching staff! You've all fallen into an illusion. This isn't the heaven-reaching staff, it's just a rotten wooden stick. Tai Bi furiously threw the twig to the ground, bellowing, Who would dare cast an illusion on us? Subai pointed deeper into the cave and said, The one who cast the illusion on you is in there. Break down that wall. A loud noise echoed as they began to smash the wall. Inside, Van Bin Phi Tweet, still soaking in the water, said, Looks like the master has subdued those two. It's like a cultivation system webtoon. Character. Clearing a mind. After absorbing the spirit spring, I've surpassed the golden core realm. They were tough to deal with before, but now I can easily cut them down. Iron Arm shattered the earthen wall with his fist. Subai commanded him, Iron Arm, create an illusion for them, go kill them. Hearing this, he charged forward to attack Yun Bing. I don't fight women, so I'll cut you down first. He attacked swiftly, but Yun Bing was just as quick, dodging all of his attacks. You dare use an illusion on me, you deserve to die. Fei Shui flicked her hand and a spray of coins forced him to pay attention. With a triumphant look, she controlled the coins, sending them flying toward Iron Arm, who could only manage to block the attack. Smoke billowed as his clothes were torn by the impact of the coins, and Iron Arm couldn't hold on, collapsing to the ground. She exclaimed, What kind of ability is that? So strong, Wan Kyo replied. Coins flying everywhere. How familiar, the man exclaimed. Master, long time no see. Fei Shui added, Indeed, it's been a long time. We just met and we're already fighting to the death. It really ruins the mood. She continued, And you eldest martial sister, why are you following Master Best? Shouldn't you be plunging your wind-chant sword straight into his heart? Wan Kyo was flustered. Eldest martial brother. Little martial sister. She clutched her head and screamed, No! No! Who are you people? My head feels like it's about to split open. The Chi King pondered. They know each other as Subai, their master. What kind of organization are they? And what's their complicated relationship? This drama is more complex than a typical cultivation system webtoon plot. The Netherbone Yin Lord spoke up. That man seems to be the former master of our Lord. It replied, Yes, I've met him. I never expected he would call our master master. Subai's face darkened. Shen Yunbin, let me ask you, was it you who planned to kill me during my tribulation? Then Su Haoji was also acting under your orders. You traitorous disciple, I raised you for 867 years. This whole scenario feels like the beginning of a classic reincarnation survival manhwa. Yunbing sneered. Master, what's the point of asking so many questions? Why don't you just draw your sword? Fei Shui flicked her hand and the coins appeared again. She continued, Eldest martial sister, you should stand with me or I'll have to attack you too. Fei Shui frowned in confusion. Wan Qiu, she's standing in front of Master to protect him. Fei Shui shouted, Lin Wan Qiu, do you have any idea what heinous sins the man you're trying to save has committed? Wan Qiu shot back without hesitation. Sins from what I see. You're the ones who are truly sinful. It hasn't been long, but I understand Mr. Su and I trust him. It's the same as before. If you want to kill him, you'll have to kill me first. Fei Shui was determined to strike. You're really courting death. At that moment, the Chi King rushed up from behind to block her attack. The scene was utter chaos, like a horde battle in an Isekai zombie manhwa. The Chi King's voice was provocative. I love gossip, and I love a good fight. How could I miss out on this, hey beautiful? What's the deep-seated hatred between you all? Isn't he your master? The Chi King was full of questions. She snorted softly, trying to pry into my private affairs. Go ask in the underworld. Fei Shui launched a volley of coins at her, each one glowing like a skill. They shot forward with incredible speed. The Chi King's expression turned serious as she parried the coins. My staff is a supreme treasure, but it's about to break, she thought to herself. This fight was more intense than any later PG apocalypse manga she'd ever imagined. On the other side, Subai looked at the unconscious person before him, deep in thought. He took out his banner and decided, Iron Arm, get inside my banner. After entering Subai's banner, the scene before him left him stunned. Iron Arm looked up and asked him, the soul banner. What is this? Subai presented him with a tempting offer. Become my servant, and I will grant you an immortal body. The skeletal Yin sovereign chuckled with delight. Another comrade had joined them, but it was also dissatisfied. It was more like having more rivals competing for the spoils. Am I alive again? This feels like some kind of Isekai zombie manhwa. Are these two my new comrades? He was stunned, but quickly regained his composure. A servant I can live with being a servant as long as I'm alive. The future will be full of opportunities. Subai observed the 10,000 souls banner, lost in thought. In my past life, a classic plot from a reincarnation, and yet one by one they all betrayed me. In this life I will use both grace and might. That is the true way of leadership. He spoke up. Though you are my servants, you are also my companions. In the battles to come, I will reward you based on your merits. Those with greater ability will contribute more, and I will ensure none of you are treated unfairly. A unified shout echoed in response. Rest assured, Master, we will give our all. We would not regret it even if our bodies were ground to dust for you, Iron Fist thought to himself. They fight so desperately for him, like some kind of game system zombie army. It seems this master of ours is no ordinary person. He quickly issued his commands. Birdman, you protect the Chi King skeletal Yin. Sovereign, you deal with Jifei Shui, Iron Fist. We will handle the remaining one together. They immediately obeyed the order. Birdman flew forward, laughing with amusement. Woman, just hide obediently behind your master. Silence. The great Chi King needs someone else's protection, she retorted angrily. The skeletal Yin sovereign let out a cry of disbelief as its downward strike was dodged by Fei Shui. Ah, so smug. As expected of a master who cultivates the demonic paths. You've even brought out the soul banner. Fine. In a classic move straight out of a cultivation system webtoon, I'll start by destroying the souls within that banner. Master, do you remember this move? Fei Shui focused energy in her hands and a giant coin materialized in the sky. She laughed. My coin is a treasure. At the same time, the coin pressed down on the skeletal Yin sovereign, who struggled to hold it back. This coin was heavier than Mount Tai. Meanwhile, Iron Fist wasn't idle. You villain, you were the one who cast that illusion on me. Eat my fist. However, Yunbing simply gave him an unshaken look, and Iron Fist immediately collapsed. What's happening? My body won't obey me anymore. Master, have you fallen so low as to let trash like this lead your forces? He asked Subai. Trembling Iron Fist shot back. Who are you calling trash? A sword appeared in Yunbing's hand. Master, you are best with the sword. My own swordsmanship was taught by you, he said, proposing a duel. How about we have a sword fight? As soon as he finished speaking, Yunbing unleashed his sword technique. Wan Qiu was astonished. Such a simple sword strike, yet it contained immense energy. What in the world is this? This move of his is called Sword Fall. It's a sword propelled by spiritual energy. It destroys everything in its path like a storm, a skill worthy of a final boss in a Liti RPG apocalypse manga. I call it the strongest sword, Subai explained. And to block this sword, one must use the sword wall. I call it the strongest wall. He immediately unleashed his own technique. A barrier made of swords was erected. The clash of the sword techniques created a massive explosion, the strongest sword versus the strongest wall. But Master, your cultivation realm is still a bit lower than mine. Wan Qiu was confused. Oh God, why are these memories so jumbled? I feel like my brain is about to split open. She clutched her head in discomfort. Yunbing laughed smugly and charged forward. Junior sister, it seems your memories are about to return, aren't they? Master, look how much I've improved. The sword techniques he unleashed were all blocked. Van Bin pressed forward without hesitation, lunging straight at Subai. However, the tip of his sword, seemingly about to make contact, was stopped dead in its tracks. Your blade is sharp, but not strong enough, Subai stated calmly, looking straight ahead as Van Bin's eyes widened in terror. With a resounding crash, Van Bin was instantly thrown backward. Behind them, Wan Qiu cheered excitedly. He was truly worthy of the name Master Subai. He could even block the most powerful sword. The Qi King beside them added, Master Su is truly impossible to predict, almost like a protagonist from a reincarnation survival, Fei Shu thought to herself. Master truly lives up to his title, always full of surprises. But Qi Fei Shui, what are you fantasizing about? Her master was unforgivably wicked, and despite his incredible power, he had to be eliminated. The pinned-down Netherbone Yin Lord let out a mocking laugh. No matter how you try to suppress me, your master is still your master in the end. Van Bin suddenly appeared with a triumphant smirk. It was you, master, who taught me this. He then added that all's fair in war. Countless shards shot toward Subai. His eyes widened as he sensed the imminent danger. Subai leaned his head back to dodge, but he was still grazed by a shard. He swung his arm in anger. You unfilial disciple! I, your master, have always been righteous and straightforward. So where did you learn such underhanded tricks? Van Bin closed the distance with a cold smirk. As long as I achieve my goal, the method doesn't matter, does it? As he finished speaking, Van Bin tightened his grip on his sword and lunged forward powerfully. Let's see you dodge this. Wan Kao screamed in horror. No! The Birdman and the Netherbone Yin Lord cried out, a sword strike at such close range. Oh. How can the Lord possibly dodge that? It's over. We're all going down with him. Fei Shui's face was etched with worry. Why would senior brother Shen resort to such a cruel tactic? Still, if it means he can finally kill their master, then so be it. Suddenly, a pair of iron-clad hands parried Van Bin's sword. The Qi King shouted, It's Iron Arm! He can still get up. She too was shocked. He actually managed to escape senior brother Shen's suppression technique. Fei Shu sensed something was off and screamed, Get out of the way! Iron Arm was clearly struggling to hold on. Van Bin frowned. How can a mere ability user from this world resist my suppression attack after I've broken through to the Golden Core realm? This isn't some light RPG apocalypse manga where he gritted, his teeth veins bulging on his forehead. I may be a servant with an iron arm and my heart may be unwilling, but when I face the enemy who killed me, and face the Lord who has placed his faith in me, I will give it my absolute all. Iron Arm powerfully swung his arm, sending Van Bin flying. He channeled all his strength into his fist. My iron fist isn't something you can control with mere words. Van Bin took a direct hit from the punch and was sent soaring backward. At that moment, the Netherbone Yin Lord became ecstatic. This was better than any Isekai zombie manhwa he'd ever imagined. He's fired up. He's on fire. He used all his strength to try and get up. My Lord Min, I too must struggle to break free from these restraints. It felt like he was level. The Netherbone Yin Lord forcefully flung the coin that was stuck to him onto the ceiling. Fei Shui was astonished. A mere spirit managed to break free from my copper treasure coin. The Birdman behind her roared. Old Min, I'm coming to help you take down this pretty little witch. Both of them assumed an attack stance. Seeing this, Fei Shui's expression darkened. The foul mouths on these two spirits were both infuriating and amusing. She raised her magical artifact to block their combined attack. Back to the fight between Van Bin and Iron Arm. Van Bin growled, to think you could achieve a breakthrough even after being reduced to a mere servant. This kind of power-up is straight out of a cultivation. You've got some skills, I'll give you that, but next I'm going to make you wish you were dead. Van Bin relentlessly launched a series of thrusts in his direction. The sword's shadow multiplied into 48 distinct blades, each an illusion, yet also terrifyingly real. Thit Ti was sent flying into the stone wall behind him, racked with pain. Unexpectedly, a rope began to slowly snake its way closer. He instinctively turned his head and saw it was the immortal binding rope of Nam Ngu Thong Thien. How did Master manage to bring this with him? Van Bin was instantly bound solid by Subai, completely immobilized. Thiet T turned and clasped his hands, thanking his master for intervening. With that said, he clenched his fist and charged at Van Bin. Thiet T delivered a powerful uppercut. Not stopping there, he rained down a flurry of blows on the man. Uyenthu and the Chi King cheered. "We've won." His iron fists could finally land a hit on him. Suddenly, Van Bin's body began to wither away, startling Thiet T. The Chi King spoke up suspiciously. "Subai, doesn't this seem a bit off?" His body dissolved like a creature from an Isekai zombie manhwa. He frowned and replied, "It's a nascent soul stage ability. His primordial spirit has left his body using a golden core realm vessel to unleash nascent soul stage powers. The drain on him must be immense." In the distance, the puddle of mud suddenly spoke, its voice distorted like a monster from a game system. Zombie title. "Master, don't," he sneered. "If you won't use your spirit arts, you'll use a magic treasure." Van Bin pointed his sword contemptuously. "You are my master after all." Uyenthu tried to stop him. "Brother Subai, don't fall for his provocations." Van Bin grew furious. "Junior sister, you're being too noisy. Shut your mouth for me." He immediately attacked Uyenthu with overwhelming killing intent. The Chi King grew anxious, even it felt the pressure.
"I can't block this sword," the Birdman yelled. "It's over. The master's girl is a goner."
Subai hastily drew his own sword. The man smirked inwardly. "That thrown sword has no chance of stopping my attack." Tweet's coin suddenly appeared and shot forward, intercepting Van Bin's attack. She cried out, "Senior brother, that's our junior sister." Van Bin roared, "A junior sister who protects the master. What use is she anymore?" Hearing this, she was completely stunned. Senior brother actually attacked a junior sister. He's like a stranger. Oh, my chi and blood rushed to my head just now. Van Bin suddenly seemed to come to his senses. "Little Tweet, thank goodness you blocked that sword. If I had actually injured junior sister Uyenthu, I could never have atoned for my sin," he said in a low voice. Tweet breathed a sigh of relief. He's still the senior brother I respect. But just then, while no one was paying attention, Subai's sword had already plunged into the ground behind them. A thought flashed through the Chi King's mind. Subai wasn't trying to block the attack for Lam Uyen, but was throwing his sword into the spirit. Spring. It was also astonished. The master threw his sword into the spirit spring. "What's the point of that? I've never heard of such a tactic." Van Bin laughed heartily, pointing at the sword master. "Have you gone senile?" But then the sword vanished, and a strange disturbance on the water's surface made him cautious. A loud explosion erupted, followed by beams of light shooting out from the spirit spring. An unbelievable scene unfolded. A spirit beast wreathed in Minkot, Mkwan, and the Birdman were dumbfounded. It's a phoenix, a real one, and its aura is incredibly powerful. No longer just an illusion. This is a true phoenix, with an aura passed down from the ancient era. The Chi King was completely stupefied. Did this giant phoenix really emerge from that sword? And to think I was planning on absorbing that very sword earlier. He refused to accept the reality before him. A giant phoenix manifesting. How is that possible? This kind of power-up is something you'd only see. Subai wasn't surprised by this outcome. A spirit spring should never have existed in a world with such scarce spiritual energy. This whole situation, if it exists, it proves the spirit spring has a guide. And there are only two types of guiding objects. One is a spirit rhino crystal, and the other is guiding chi. Guiding chi is a mist condensed from spiritual energy, which shouldn't even exist in this world. So that only leaves the spirit rhino crystal, he said. And the spirit rhino crystal is useless to humans, but it's one of the top 3 materials for nurturing a divine artifact. As Subai explained the details, she thought to herself, even though her master is utterly evil, his vision and judgment are still captivating. The giant phoenix suddenly flapped its wings. Streams of fire quickly swept toward Yunbing, making it impossible for him to escape. Waves of fire crashed toward the Fei Shui siblings. The phoenix flames melted anything on contact, and just grazing past them felt like you were about to dissolve. He quickly realized how dire the situation was. "Xiaohui, we have to retreat. We can't win." He desperately looked for an escape route. However, Subai had no intention of letting them get away. He threw out a binding rope to restrain him. Suddenly, Yunbing's body went limp as if it had lost all life force. He had instantly created a decoy to allow his real body to escape. Yunbing lamented, "Looks like Master gets to live another day." Seeing this, the Qi King couldn't help but ask in confusion, "Subai, why aren't you going after them?" Wan Qiu at his side agreed. "That's right. If we miss this chance, it'll be much harder later on." He replied quietly, "Nurturing a divine artifact doesn't mean it has recovered its full power. It was just a bluff," Subai explained as he raised his sword, recalling the giant phoenix into it. The Netherbone Yin monarch was filled with admiration. Master's ability to judge human nature is truly outstanding. He even pulled off a perfect empty fort strategy. A master like this is truly formidable. Subai patted his shoulder. "Tab, you've worked hard." He was confused. "I am his servant. He holds my life in his hands at all times. Yet he's thanking me." With the matter resolved, Subai walked down to the spirit spring. "Come on, everyone, get in and soak 1 hour in here is equal to 3 months of training in our cultivation system, Webtoon world," he instructed everyone. Hearing this, her eyes lit up with a glimmering light. "Really? I'm the mighty Qi King, yet in that battle I was just someone who needed protecting." The Qi King hastily took off her shoes. "I need a breakthrough. I must." She leaped toward the spirit spring. Subai warned her, "The spirit spring is a non-Newtonian fluid, you have to be gentle with it." But it was too late to turn back. The Qi King slammed onto the hardened surface of the spirit spring. She yelled in frustration, "Why didn't you say so sooner?" The Qi King punched the surface of the spirit spring. She snorted, "I only do things the hard way." The Netherbone Yin monarch and the Birdman soaked themselves in the spirit spring with satisfaction. "This feels amazing," he exclaimed with delight. "It's like 100 million ants crawling all over my body." The Birdman felt the same pleasant sensation. "It feels like my bones and nerve cells are regenerating bit by bit." Taibai thought to himself seriously, "I never imagined I would follow someone and become their servant, but this feeling of servitude is surprisingly interesting." The Qi King constantly felt the changes within her. The pain in her body vanished, replaced by a pleasant tingling sensation. All over, she felt like she was on the verge of a breakthrough. Meanwhile, Wan Hyo was, "I have to awaken too. I can't keep holding Brother Su back. This feels so good. What's happening to me?" She trembled, feeling her body changing, and it felt like something inside her mind was reawakening. Wan Chio closed her eyes to focus, and an image like a fragment of a lost memory surfaced. It was a scene straight out of a reincarnation survival manhwa, where she was watching intently as Brother Subai taught her with serious. A battle to slay demons plunged the world into chaos. A scene straight out of a light RPG apocalypse, manga with corpses everywhere and all life suffering. Brother Subai did Wan Hyo remember something. "No, Master, all of this is because your evil deeds brought about this calamity. It caused tens of thousands to be displaced." She glared at Subai as Wan Hyo declared with conviction, "You are a demon." A notification panel like something from a cultivation system. Webtoon or a game system, zombie interface appeared in Subai's mind, showing his current realm as early-stage Golden Core. He thought in confusion. After breaking through to the Golden Core realm, his perception of his surroundings became incredibly clear and sharp. Subai gently closed his eyes. He could sense their thoughts. "They're thinking that being my slave isn't so bad," he mused silently. "Indeed, the carrot and stick approach is the true path to management." Subai smirked, but a sudden fluctuation startled him. "Oh no." Subai looked toward Wan Kyo, who rose to her feet before everyone's astonished eyes. The Feng Yin sword materialized in her hand, the sword's tip aimed directly at Subai. "Master." "No, you demon lord, you should have been dead long ago. Now die." She attacked without hesitation, a wave of fire sweeping toward Subai. The Qi King was shocked. "What's going on? Why is Miss Lin attacking Subai? Just a moment ago she was a normal person, and now she's this powerful." He couldn't believe his eyes. The Netherbone Yin Lord was also stunned. "This sword strike, I fear even the Master can't block it. We're doomed, we're really doomed this time." The Birdman quickly covered his face with his wings, unable to watch. Lin Wanqiu had just recovered her memories, so her power should only be at the Foundation Establishment realm at most. But the Feng Yin sword is her personal weapon, and it just absorbed the spirit rhino essence. Subai frowned. I can't block this sword, unless... He made a desperate choice, a classic move in any reincarnation survival manhwa. All right then, I'll just detonate my golden core. Without hesitation, Subai focused all his spiritual energy to face her attack. Suddenly, Wanqiu froze. All of her spiritual energy and her sword technique dissipated. Wanqiu staggered and collapsed forward. He stood there watching Wanqiu collapse. She had suddenly fainted again, and I was all prepared to sacrifice myself to block that sword. Iron Arm thought to himself. Subai spoke up. Netherbone, go see what trick she's pulling. It responded. Yes? The Netherbone Yin Lord went forward to examine her. Master, her cranial nerves are blocked, causing her to fall into a comatose state. It's likely she was subjected to some form of mind control, it explained. Subai mused, mind control. I guess I have Yun Bing to thank for this. He recalled that guy's attack on Wanqiu. That evil cultivator's nerve control technique was masterfully executed. Subai picked up her sword, thinking, then keeping her alive is pointless. He raised the sword, aiming it at Wanqiu. Seeing this, everyone was stunned and rushed to stop him. Don't, Master. Please reconsider, Netherbone begged. Subai simply asked, what's wrong? The Chi King quickly shielded her, declaring, if you want to kill Sister Lin, you'll have to go through me first. I believe she didn't do it intentionally. Annoyed, he tossed the sword aside. The next time I see her after I leave the Spirit Spring will be the day I kill her, he declared, giving his final ultimatum. Netherbone Birdman, Iron Arm, follow me. Subai ordered them into the giant fan tree. Lin Wan Qiuji Fei Shui. They all claim I'm capable of any evil. I am a revered immortal. While I may not have saved all of humanity, I have never committed an evil act. I suspect that in this whole affair it was mostly Yun Bing who framed me. He surmised that sinful disciple of mine, Yun Bing, and those other female disciples who want me dead. It's a kill-or-be-killed world, much like an Isekai zombie manhwa. If I want to increase my power, I must seize every single opportunity. He then ventured deeper into the Spirit Spring. Subai was making a challenging decision. This Spirit Spring wasn't just an empty cave. There had to be a passage to another world beneath it, much like in an Isekai zombie manhwa. It was undoubtedly dangerous, but also full of opportunities. He trusted his instincts. Subai focused his attention straight ahead. A wall shimmering with spiritual energy appeared. This was it. He was certain. Subai dove deeper down, and in front of him was the barrier. He stopped touching it to feel its power. After a moment, a continuous mist began to emanate all around. Subai looked around and frowned. The spiritual energy was so dense it was comparable to the former immortal realm. He covered his nose with his hand. This spiritual energy was toxic and couldn't be absorbed directly, but with his poison resistance, enduring it for a short while was no problem. Suddenly, countless creatures flew towards him from behind. As they got closer, he saw it was a swarm of massive mosquitoes. Subai commanded, Old Ming, destroy them. The Netherbone, Yin Monarch, charged forward to attack. Leave it to me. 4 consecutive notifications popped up. Advanced monster killed +1, 10,000 souls banner experience, +1. This was a classic game system zombie mechanic. He thought to himself, previously when killing regular zombies and monsters, the 10,000 souls banner no longer gained experience. But these mosquitoes were actually advanced grade. The only problem was their sheer numbers. A smile unconsciously spread across Subai's face. This is perfect. He used a soul-sucking ability to pull the mosquitoes inside his item. Within it, his 3 subordinates feasted delightfully. They could feel their power increasing again. All 3 were astonished. There's another huge swarm up ahead. Let's charge in and finish them all. This is awesome. After a while of fighting, the 10,000 souls banner leveled up to 6, activating the soul cultivation ability, which could simultaneously summon 100 souls, a power straight out of a cultivation system webtoon. It forced them to fight each other to the death, until only the strongest soul remained. This brutal trial was a common trope in any reincarnation survival manhwa. Subai laughed with amusement. How interesting. He continuously used his ability to absorb the mosquitoes. Inside was an enclosed space with no escape. The swarm of mosquitoes buzzed frantically, fighting each other to survive. The scene shifts back to the cave where Wan Chu was groggily waking up. She looked ahead, surprised to see Fu Yingyun still soaking in the spring. Wan Qiu picked up the sword beside her. Where is that wretched villain? This woman must be his accomplice. It's better to deal with her first. The Qi King suddenly sensed danger. The killing intent was coming from Lin Wan Chu. She was no longer the little Lin he knew. He defensively held a piece of wood extremely tense. Damn it, I just saved her. I should have just let Subai kill her, but if she dares to make a move, I'll break her legs with this stick. Just as Wan Qiu was about to strike, her memories flooded back. What am I doing? The villain is the villain, and Fu Yingyun is Fu Yingyun. How could I kill an innocent person? Watching her leave, the Qi King suddenly called out, "Where are you going?" Wan Qiu staggered away, dejected by that sword strike. He was determined to kill me. Senior brother, were you really going to kill me just because I sided with Master? But Master raised his hand against me. Outside, the sunlight streamed in, forcing her to shield her eyes. That evil Master, I can't forgive him. If he doesn't die, the world will fall into chaos. I should have trusted senior brother. I should have followed him. Suddenly, a mysterious laugh echoed from nowhere. It was the voice of her senior brother. Wan Qiu clutched her head in agony. My head hurts so much. After a moment, unable to bear the pain, she collapsed to the ground. Back with Subai, he was meditating with intense focus, having collected all 100 souls for his Lytrip Gapok. These mosquitoes aren't giving any more experience points, it's time to leave. Just then, something approaching made Subai turn his head to look. A pair of enormous wings appeared, flapping violently, its body dwarfing the regular ones. Tai Bai was stunned. It was a commander-level demonic beast. The nether Bone Monarch's jaw dropped. Its aura was just too powerful. The mosquito lunged forward to attack. Tai Bi flew out, using both his hands to block the blow, his entire body trembling. My arms. The nether Bone Monarch yelled, My lord, this is no place to linger. We have to retreat. Subai thought to himself, that works. Besides, my poison resistance buff had just expired. Subai stared at it, thinking it would be a real shame to let this thing go. Tai Bai and his two companions were coughing behind him. Subai looked at them and thought, it seems my own resistance is weakening. They won't be able to last much longer. We need to leave this place first. With that, he absorbed everyone into his banana leaf fan and made his way out. As Subai swam to the surface, he thought, I need to get out of here first. This world is as dangerous as any reincarnation survival manhwa. I need a breakthrough. I have to achieve another breakthrough. Suddenly, a light flashed from inside, making him stop. Did that giant mosquito follow me? It didn't take long for the giant mosquito to smash through the wall and fly out. Suddenly, its body went completely rigid. Its entire body trembled as its size gradually shrank. Subai gave a cold smile. It's being suppressed by the laws of this world, just like in an Isekai zombie manhwa. Since you've come all this way, you might as well stay. Get into my fan. Once inside, it saw its mosquito subordinates all around. The moment they saw it, they were terrified. The giant mosquito began to slaughter everything in sight. It seems that Red Mosquito is likely suppressed by its bloodline. This whole RPG apocalypse manga setting has so much to explore. All right then. Instead of worrying about other worlds, I should just keep looking for spirit grottos to increase my power. Subai recalled his previous suspicions. Why am I the villain? Why did Shen Yunbin betray me to solve this mystery? I'll need to get even stronger. He tapped his banana leaf fan and asked T. Bai, What was that you mentioned earlier about a commander level? The man immediately explained. My lord, I have a map. You can look it over to get a better understanding. Subai took it and opened it to have a look. Oh, this map is a real treasure. It clearly marks all the factions' key figures and spirit grottos, just like in a cultivation system webtoon. Just as he surfaced, the Qi King spoke. Hey, you're finally back. Where did you run off to? He looked around and asked where Lin Wan Qiu was. She replied nonchalantly. She left about half an hour ago, and just a moment ago she wanted to kill me. Subai stepped onto the shore saying, It's already turned black. It can't turn back to pink anymore. The Chi King stepped up behind him and replied, "It's a good thing she didn't act or I would have killed her first." She got dressed and asked, "Where are we going now?" The two of them left the cave together, heading to the next spirit grotto. A group of people was walking when they saw someone unconscious. They'd heard that the spirit grotto was just up ahead. They were hoping to find some spirit stones and level up a bit, a classic game system zombie survival tactic. "Hey look, there's someone lying on the path up ahead." They bent down to look and discuss what's such a beautiful girl doing lying in these desolate mountains. Seeing the sword in her hand, they figured she must be an ability user. One of them turned to the girl beside him and said, "Dulu, an ability user has passed out. Let's go help her." Du looked at the motionless Wang Qiu with some surprise. This feeling was so familiar, like she had some kind of inexplicable connection to her. With that, she placed her hand on the woman's chest and began to heal her. She's suffered a mental attack. Her entire nervous system is in chaos. But luckily, it was discovered just in time. After a moment, Uyen Thu groggily woke up, her eyes slowly fluttering open to see the people in front of her. Uyen Thu was shocked. "Dudu, junior sister." Hearing this, she was surprised. "Big sis, are you calling me?" Dudu pointed to herself. "How do you know my name is Dudu?" She looked at her, thinking to herself, "It seems my junior sister has amnesia just like me. Oh well, losing your memory isn't necessarily a bad thing." Standing up, Dudu explained, "Sister, you were hit by a psychic attack. If it wasn't treated in time, I'm afraid you would have suffered a mental breakdown. I don't know who could be so cruel." Suddenly, a laugh echoed inside Uyen Thu's head. She clutched her head and cried out, "My head hurts so much." Dudu anxiously supported Uyen Thu. It was this exact type of psychic attack. She had no idea who could be so vicious. "If you're not treated right now, this next mental assault will kill you." Uyen Thu struggled to speak. "That laugh belongs to senior brother. The psychic attack was from senior brother. He wants to kill me." She turned and forced a smile. "Dudu, senior brother wants to kill me." Dudu looked bewildered. "You still haven't answered me. How do you know my name? Who are you, and who is this senior brother?" Uyen Thu's face fell into sadness. Do. What am I supposed to do now? Should I trust senior brother, or should I trust our master? Who is the good guy? Who is the bad guy? I'm so confused. The more she spoke, the more somber her gaze became. Dudu didn't know what was going on, but still replied with a smile. "Sister, I don't really understand what you're saying, but I know that as ability users in this kind of light RPG, our mission is to slay demons, uphold justice, and save humanity." Hearing this, Uyen Thu's eyes filled with determination. "Yes, you're absolutely right." A powerful aura emanated from her entire body. "If I can't trust anyone, then I'll just have to fulfill my own role perfectly. From now on, your senior sister will join you to slay the evil gods and save humanity, just like the heroes in a reincarnation survival manhwa."